Not unless you order it.
Who was that, Artie?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was still on the show.
That was Benji. Well, you don't get it in, you don't get it in the joint?
No, we don't get it in the joint.
Joey, by the way, was most recently in prison because he had a few bullet casings in his house. And as a guy on parole, he's not allowed to have bullet casings in his house. And I guess the cops somehow ended up at his house and found Why were the cops at your house anyway?
First of all, I've never been on parole.
Oh, what are you on?
I was on probation.
Probation, okay.
You know, I had a 5-year run on probation. So after a year, every month, probation department would come to the ranch and they just do a probation check, make sure your life is on track and everything is right, and make sure you're not doing whatever it is you're not supposed to do. And honestly, I hadn't left my home in a year. I was home and just doing my thing.
That's what's great about this country, that we have the resources to check up.
Sit at home, though.
Yeah, but, and also to check up on people and make sure they're behaving.
Yeah, well, L.A. was much safer with me off the street and in jail because it was much safer because
we noticed the drop in crime.
But seriously, Howard.
So what happened? You got out of jail. You come home and the ex-wife, the wife.
Let me back up a little bit. First, with this probation violation that landed me back in there was ridiculous because in 2003 when I got arrested for the insurance deal, they had 100 ATF agents that rolled my house at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was like something you see, on television. You don't really think it's ever going to happen to you. And when it did, they took a shotgun. It was an old family shotgun. I think my mom used it to shoot snakes in Florida. And it had a box of shotgun shells that my son Paulie bought in 2001. Now I got arrested in 2003. So they took the gun, and really, I honestly thought that they took the shells. Why wouldn't they? These were the same shells 2 years later, that when they did a probation search of my house, they found them, and basically that's what put me in jail. And we even proved that I had paperwork that showed when I bought them in when Paulie bought them in 2001, where they were purchased, the shell casings. We tracked the VIN numbers on it, with the ID numbers.
You were a victim of circumstance.
Well, actually, yeah, and I'm not saying, I didn't do it, I'm sorry.
You went and did your time.
I had to take the year, so I went and did it. It was hard, man. It was because, like when you get in trouble with something you really didn't do, and it's like, God, but,
I didn't do anything that bad.
But wasn't he sick, too, when he went in? Weren't you sick?
Yeah, I was real sick. I'm still sick, man. I'm down right now 50 pounds.
Sick from what? What's the matter?
Artie still with the show?
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to say that a couple of months ago, I was in L.A. I did the Jimmy Kimmel show, and afterwards I hung out with your son, and he's a great guy. I actually had a blast with his kid.
Yeah. Paulie's he's really a good, he's a good son.
How did that kid turn out normal?
I don't know. He's the anti-Joey.
You know what
does he look like Joey?
A little bit. You could tell, yeah. I mean, and
he's normal?
Yeah,
after the mom gets shot in the head?
Yeah, I gotta say, he seems normal, and he's a really good kid. He's got a great energy about him. And
what's he do?
We had a lot of fun together.
Thank you, Artie. I really appreciate that. Both my children are really, really good kids.
Good for you, Joey.
Well,
good for you.
What are you saying good for you, Joey? Joey was away most of the time.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you.
All right, good for your ex-wife.
They must have done something right. I mean, he's a good kid. You could tell,
Thank you, Artie. Now I like you again.
No, I'm being serious. It's the truth.
He looks more like you, Artie, so I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people asked if we were brothers.
Is he a heavy-set kid?
Well, not heavy-set, but he's got the Belushi look to him.
Yeah,
I see.
Well, we all of us do.
Yeah, definitely.
Remember, Artie, you're the young me. Okay?
Yeah, Joey, let me understand something. So you get out of jail, this hot wife, was she cheating on you when you were in jail?
You know something? No, I don't think so. I really do love her a lot.
Did she visit regularly?
Hey, you know something? You know what I forgot to ask you guys?
What?
Is there anybody else on the line? You're supposed to get David on the line?
Where's David? Oh, is that your buddy, your producer?
David,
one of them. He should be on the line.
Oh, okay. I see. He is. Oh, that's right. We can't interview Joey without David.
Right.
David,
hey, David.
You there? Yeah, I'm here. Okay, great, man. Good.
But did she visit you regularly while you were in prison?
Who?
Your wife.
Which one?
The new
first one.
Absolutely.
One.
Every visiting day, Ivanka came down to the jail, and she waited on that line outside with all the people that wait out there.
She's going to have no problem meeting a new man, that's for sure. That's a good-looking woman.
She's very beautiful.
Any conjugal visits?
She's hanging out at the jail still.
It's any conjugal visits, Robin?
Yeah, any conjugal
No, it was all no-contact visits.
Wow.
It was all through the glass and on the phone.
You were in prison. You weren't in jail, right?
I was in jail, L.A. County, Men's Central. Great spot.
right?
That's exactly where I was.
Great to you, Joey?
No, I was well taken care of with my medical and all that.
Did you have a roommate?
Not a roommate, but a cellmate. We were in single-man cells in a secured area called 1700 and 1750. That was a cell block, and we were on lockdown, 24/7 lockdown. We only got out to take a shower or...
Did you have any fights?
Oh, no. They go on, but no, not me. I was segregated.
We're doing a show, Howard, called Celebrity L.A. Lockup. So the Sheriff's Department was very, very helpful in doing interviews with Entertainment Tonight and Insider with Joey and making his stay as safe and quick as possible.
So, Joey, tell me the big answer here. So, Amy Fisher's getting a divorce, and you're obviously getting a divorce. And then the speculation is that you two are getting back together as a couple, which would be the most phenomenal friggin' thing ever.
Yeah.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
And you've said in the paper you've had contact with her. What kind of contact?
On the phone.
Oh, yeah? You called her?
Absolutely. Well, we talk. Absolutely.
When did you talk?
You know what? I have to tell you, and it's like, you know, like life has to go on. And like I've been trapped in this whole, well, not trapped, but just like in this situation since Mary Jo got shot, where I was just like pounded by Mary Jo for years. And it was like when Mary found out, when we all met a year ago, that, you know, Amy did what she did and there was drugs involved and Amy didn't remember doing it, and like Mary Jo and Amy made up, and it was like okay for them. I'm still carrying the anger and all this other crazy, horrible stuff.
No, you've said horrible things about Amy.
Yeah, I did for all these years, and I decided, you know, for me to be able to, here we go, here's a little Dr. Phil for you, but for me to go on and get on with my life and be able to, like, recover from everything, physically, emotionally, financially, I need to put that down. I need to put the anger down, because it does, no matter how strong you are, no matter who you are, it eats you up, man. It eats you up from the inside out. And I'm like, this, man, why, you know, Mary Jo didn't even care at one point that, oh, I don't care. She says she doesn't remember shooting me. You know, I care.
So what happened? You started calling?
So I have to let it go to be able to make up with my life and go on with my life. So I have a good relationship with Amy.
What do you mean? How often do you speak?
I spoke to her twice this week.
Wow. And you spoke to her on the phone. Did she talk to you about the fact that her husband and her were breaking up?
Yeah, I know all about that. You know, I didn't file for divorce. My wife did, and I understand that her husband filed also.
But did Amy...
you two were talking?
Maybe. Did Amy say to you that she still has feelings for you?
You know something? We talked a couple of times, and I'll be in New York next week, and I'm going to definitely go to dinner and just, you know, I owe her an apology from the way I acted the last time that I saw her, and I'm not defending myself to the point, well, I was sick or any reasons why.
Wait a second. You're attracted to her still, aren't you? You want her.
You know what, Howard?
Honestly.
Listen, it's just me and you on the phone now, right?
Right. Go ahead.
You know what? I'll be in town next week, and I'm going to, hopefully we'll go to dinner. And
I mean, you guys had a good time together, so it's not like you're totally repulsed by, I mean, aside from the fact that she pulled the shooting incident.
Yeah, no, I'm not totally repulsed by her or anything that she did.
Did you read today in the paper she just got big, giant tit implants?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, well, David.
You know, all I wanted to say is these two have an opportunity where they can rekindle their relationship after 15 years.
Wow, that would be the biggest story ever.
It was a Romeo and Juliet type of love affair with the gunshot, you know, that everybody heard. But Amy shooting Mary Jo, going to jail, Joey going to jail.
Can you imagine the ending of the story is Joey and Amy get back together?
Yeah, they got to do the movies over again.
Hey, Joey, is there a temptation on your part? Is there a temptation on your part to get together with Amy Fisher just so that you get back in the news and there's a whole big opportunity here?
You know, really, it has nothing to do with in the news. I could go outside, piss along the curb, and it's going to make news. I mean,
which she does often, by the way.
Which I try not to do, because in L.A., I think you get like a year for that, so I don't want to do that. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Amy when I get back. Nobody's the same.
Honestly, you want to, don't you?
Nobody's the same. You know, everybody changes as time goes by, and, you know, she's not the same person she was, you know, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, nor is any of us.
But they describe in the newspaper that her body is exceptional. She has a Playboy playmate. In fact, they're saying she might even become a Playboy playmate. That's right. Are you for sure?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, my goodness.
Will you be posing with her, David?
Yeah, I will actually be posing nude.
Because you say we are doing Playboy.
Well, you know.
Are you managing her as well?
Yes.
Amy's going to be in Playboy.
And I'll be doing it with her.
David, has this been orchestrated by you to get more interest in these two?
You know, you couldn't orchestrate this story. Either these two timing is right. They're free finally. There's some opportunities. I think things have to be life-changing.
Have you told Joey he better close the deal with Amy in order to make this thing happen?
I don't have to. I mean, these two have chemistry together. What you're going to see over the next couple of weeks is kind of like a Truman Show, and we're going to chronicle some of it.
Oh, it's a TV show.
And I think it'll be fun.
Wow.
It's a TV
Wow.
show.
Listen to Robin. Oh, yentering on everybody. Stop it. Wherever it goes, it goes. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be all right.
Please.
She's a professional yenta, you know. It's paid to be a yenta.
Cute yenta.
Yeah.
That's right. Joey Boots wants to say hi to Joey Buttafuoco. Go ahead.
Who does?
Joey Boots.
Joey Boots from Massapequa, Long Island, your hometown, Joey Buttafuoco. Hey, Joey, I want to tell you right now, you're the most disgusting, vile human being. I wish death on you. I hope you die. You know what? To do this, to try to stay famous, which is all, that's your agenda. Your agenda.
Gorilla.
Your agenda is to stay famous, man. So you're going to take the mother, you're going to go out with the girl. You're going to go out and,
Who is this?
No. You're trying to hook up.
It's Joey Boots, for Christ's sake.
You're trying to hook up with the woman that shot the mother of your children.
What about that, Joey? He's worked up, but what about that, Joey? How can you go out?
Who was that guy?
Joey Boots, for Christ's sake. He's
Who
from.
the fuck is he?
The Joey Boots, you don't know?
No, I don't know who
He's
he
in the
is.
Whack Pack.
Oh, it's that guy.
Listen.
Did he ever get through the 6th grade?
Joey has a good point. He's saying, how can you start having sex with the woman who shot the mother of your children?
You know, I'm going to go have dinner.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe Joey Boots has on the table.
Maybe some clams.
I mean, your son is going to freak out, and so is your daughter, that you're having with Amy Fisher.
You know what, man?
He thought some pasta, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea, man.
No, seriously, Joey. Come on. You got to think this through. This is a major thing.
You think?
Yeah, of course
right,
it is.
Joey.
Well, you know something?
He is right.
I'm heading back to New York in a little bit. Except my life's going in a different direction, whatever it is.
You know, you're going to see these guys on the cover of People magazine. We're going to do Letterman. We're going to do
Letterman.
Well, how do the children feel about this?
You know,
buddying
honestly,
up with...
if Mary Jo and Amy can sit down and not even hash it out, but talk out what they needed to talk out, Mary Jo can forgive her. You know what?
What's your tactic?
What happened to
Hello, Joey. He's gone. No. David, you there?
Else, you know, everybody else is making up and going on with their lives. You know, I'm entitled to do the same thing.
Joey, what's the plan? You want to go to bed with her?
I lost everybody.
You there? Oh, our phones went down.
Yeah.
Completely. You should see what's going on. Hey, Joey, you there?
Everybody got disconnected.
Hey, anybody
Nobody can hear anybody.
Wow, the whole...
Maybe they'll call back.
Let's listen in.
Let's see if anything else happens. Like we get some inside information.
We got disconnected.
Hello? Hey, guys, the phone system just died.
Yeah, we know the whole thing just crashed. We're checking on it.
That would have been great if he just said something like, Amy, you can keep blowing me.
What do you guys think? I'll go around the room. All right, first Fred. Is this just a huge publicity stunt orchestrated by David Krieff?
Yeah, David Krieff is definitely behind the whole thing. And I really feel badly for Mary Jo. I mean, she's taken more shots on this. There's a phone being dialed up. I feel bad for her and for her kids. Joey, I think, is like totally lost.
Robin, is this a publicity stunt? What's going on here?
Yes, there's nothing going on. They're just doing this to get back in the press and to create another TV show.
Artie, what do you say?
It has to be. I agree with Robin. I mean, as low as a human being can go. I would hope he at least called Mary Jo and said, listen, this is going to be so embarrassing. The innuendos, the press, the tabloids are going to say we're together again and she shot you. Again, like Joey Boots made such a great point. The mother of his kids was shot by this woman.
Absolutely.
And I hope he at least said to Mary Jo, look, it's going to mean quick money. Do you mind if we do this and I give you a cut or something?
Right. What do you think the reality is? Do you think that Amy Fisher will start banging Joey again? Her husband was a Joey Buttafuoco lookalike.
I don't think so. I really don't.
Why wouldn't you think Amy Fisher would do that?
The more interesting question is, would Joey, if given the opportunity,
Yes.
But that's my point. Why would Artie not think that Amy would be open to it?
Because I just think the whole thing is a contrived stunt. I
understand that, but why would you say Amy Fisher's the one who won't be
she's crazy.
into it?
Well, I don't know.
Nuts.
Well, she's older now. We're all, as Joey said, we're not the same people.
Oh, can you grow out of nuttiness?
Can you grow out shooting somebody in the head?
I'm hoping you can.
Artie thinks Amy might be normal.
No, well, listen.
She grew it.
I look enough like Joey. Right now. I don't know. I think Mary Jo, having met her a couple of times, I think she's got enough class in her to go. I don't care how much money.
It's still gotta hurt.
Yeah,
what
I don't
are
care.
you talking about?
Mary Jo is she's a nice person.
But what does Mary Jo got to do with the story?
I'm saying if Joey did go to her and say, look, I'm sorry about what I'm about to do, but it's going to make me quick money. Do you mind this? Will it be that offensive? Even if I hope he would have said.
Joey's not going to sleep with a spreading Amy Fisher?
I would hope he wouldn't for the sake of his kids.
Oh, you're crazy.
Well, listen, I'm telling you what I think.
Joey will anything.
Absolutely.
Well, he likes that Amy Fisher.
He'll be his kids. This will be because they're going to be screwed up, and his kid is a nice kid.
They're going to be screwed. If they've survived all this, they can survive that.
I don't think anything he can do will hurt them.
I met his son. His son's a real nice kid. He doesn't seem to have any issues. And
did you talk to him about the whole situation?
No, that was awkward. I wouldn't have done that. But I've actually hung out with Mary Jo a couple of times, too, and I think she's the type of person that would have said, I don't care how much money you're getting. I don't want this to happen. So I think he's already pissed her off.
Let me just say something. I'm trying not to blow my stack because we have a phone system that regularly just has to be rebooted. I don't understand that. I don't get it. So I'm trying to maintain my cool when we're in the middle of an interview, but that will need to be looked into. And while we're waiting to see if we can ever take another phone call for the rest of the show, I will read you this. O.J. Simpson thrown out of local steakhouse on the eve of the Kentucky Derby. It's about time. The owner of an upscale steakhouse in Louisville said that he asked O.J. Simpson to leave his restaurant the night before the Kentucky Derby because he is sickened by the attention Simpson still attracts. I don't want to serve him because of my convictions of what he's done to those families. Jeff Ruby said in a telephone interview Tuesday. We should interview this guy.
Yeah.
The way he continues to torture the lives of those families with his behavior, attitude, and conduct. As you know, of course, O.J. Simpson got all... Oh, David Krieff's back on the phone. We'll wait for Joey. We're starting to get our phones working again. So he stood by and said, I don't want to serve this man. And I'm shocked there isn't more of this kind of stuff.
No, apparently O.J. has no problem most of the time.
Yes, I found on the internet that Tom Sizemore might have been busted for meth again.
Might have been. No, he was.
Oh, it's true. Okay. I didn't know. I don't know if it was true or not because I got it off the internet.
True.
You guys never watched Shooting? All right.
Well, I'm just saying, it's a shame. This guy was a good actor and
great
actor. Career going.
I was just watching Saving Private Ryan the other night, and he's fantastic in it, in a Spielberg classic movie. And I watched Shooting Sizemore more than you guys did.
Yeah, I never got to see an episode.
I hadn't heard he got busted again. After watching that show, that really makes me sad. He's I don't know what's going to help him, but that sucks.
All right, Joey, hold on a sec. Our phones went. That's what happened. Joey, you there?
Yeah, I am.
All right, hold on a second here. I'm going to get this all back again. I got to get your friend there, David Krieff, on the phone, too.
Oh, okay.
You two are like two peas in a pond.
Yeah, maybe they're having a relationship.
Maybe that's the real story. Really? David, you there?
Robin.
All right. Joey,
how about you?
Joey, the question was asked while we got disconnected. Are you, let's say the scenario arrives, you're out dinner with Amy Fisher. Having dinner, she looks great, she got the big titty implants, you know, she's wearing a short skirt, you like what you're hearing, you like what you're seeing.
She smells good.
You're having a few drinks. She says, Joey, you know I always loved you and I still love you and I want to
I'm sick.
I want to have you. I want to take you back to my house. Would you have sex with Amy Fisher if that kind of scenario evolved?
And Lou did not have his guns there.
There you go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
You would?
Yeah.
Thank you. Artie, do you see what we're saying?
He's saying it.
Artie said you wouldn't.
So who won?
No, listen. He's saying it because that's the only way anyone's interested in all this.
No,
it's to make money.
Can I ask you something, Joey? Joey, man to man?
Sure.
Is she the best
Artie,
pussy? Is she the best pussy you ever had?
You know something? It's no, but you know, it's that's a tough question. It really is.
You've had a lot of experiences.
Yeah, I mean, it's especially lately. But you know something?
Right. Especially last night.
What happened last night?
What happened last night? No. We're not going there this morning.
Too early.
I'm sorry, Howard. What was your question?
The question is she the best pussy you ever had?
You know what? Amy's a lot of fun.
Well, how so?
She's just she was always just a very nice until all the shit broke, but then we all know why and how that happened.
Would she be open to anal with you?
You know something? I don't know.
You never did that with her?
No.
I'm talking about in the old days when things were good, when you had your affair with her.
No.
But
were things ever good? I mean, the old days, things were pretty crazy.
Well, no, there was a time when he had goods with her.
Yeah, well, for a long time, but, you know...
But Joey, what about the fact that she accused you of being her pimp and that, you know, and that was all heavy stuff?
You know something? Yeah, there was a lot of stuff being thrown out there in the early days, you know, after the whole shooting incident, and orchestrated, of course, by the attorneys.
Well, wait a second. Doesn't that scare you?
Even my attorneys were telling me what to say. I was never involved in anything so like this.
Joey should have a pimp based on his...
You know, there was so many things said. Honestly, I mean, everything from the pimp to her life with drugs and her whole way of life, and that I gave her the gun and I was responsible.
So I'm saying, aren't you afraid?
No, because you know why? Honestly, we spoke about this, and then it blew up into a rage or what have you, but, you know, she actually, you know, told me she never remembered shooting Mary Jo. Like, she doesn't remember a lot of
All
things.
right, so you don't think she's crazy?
I don't think she's crazy. Wow. I really don't, honestly, and that's coming from my heart. I really don't.
Do you have nicknames for each other when you were on good terms? Did you have lover names?
No.
Never.
No. But honestly, like today, you know, I know, honestly, to answer your question, I don't believe that she's crazy at all.
Wow.
Have your kids weighed in on this, Joe? Do you think your kids are going to be pissed if you start a relationship with her?
Probably.
Yeah.
You don't care about that?
No, I do care about that, Artie.
Well, how are you going to deal with that?
Well, he won't see his kids.
I'll deal with it when it comes to
Artie's so serious.
No, this creep you've latched on, dude, David Krieff, whatever his name is trying to promote the fact that you're gonna the woman who shot your kid's mother.
You're on Jimmy Kimmel and you're not on the Tonight Show.
Huh? I'm not on the Tonight Show because Jay Leno's
right.
He's not a letterman.
No matter what you say, Artie, I love you, man.
Funny, Artie.
What?
You're not even funny.
Dude, you're a creep who's trying to latch on to Joey to try to get him, to try to promote, to try to get him.
Right of your life. And Howard Stern, without Howard Stern, you're nobody. Nobody gives a shit about you.
Guess what, dude? I had a career before I was here, and I'll have a career in show business well after you're from creepiness.
You're not on my list.
We got cut off again.
David
hung up.
Yeah, David.
I didn't hang up. I'm here.
How did you
hang up for Artie?
No, dude, you're just a weaselly parasite creep who wants to try to get this guy to make money off promoting this chick who almost murdered the mother of his kids. You're a creep. You're a creep.
You're the worst.
I am not. I'm no creep.
Wait a second. How did we get into this?
I don't know. I was talking to Joey.
I'm trying to get to the bottom.
It just makes me sick when this guy's like, I go like, why would you, Joey? This guy's like, ugh, she's hot.
The guy has no concept of love, caring, romance. His biggest claim to fame is to be with Howard Stern for the rest of his life.
What's your claim to fame, douchebag?
What's wrong with being with Howard Stern?
Yeah, what's wrong with being with Howard Stern? Is that a problem?
But, you know, if you were funny, it would be better.
Well, Howard, why am I on the show?
Because you're funny.
Right, yeah, okay. Sir, what's your claim to fame?
Bro.
All right, let's find out, though. One question I have. I mean, aside from your feelings about David Krieff.
Right. I met Joey's kids, and I feel bad for them.
Yeah, that's his problem. He met a kid, and that's the end of it.
Oh, he met a kid. He met Joey's kid.
Yeah, I met a kid.
Hey, can I tell you something?
A kid who you don't give a fuck,
you don't
right?
know crap about this story.
What?
You really don't. And you're just talking out of your mouth. It means nothing. You don't know any facts.
What don't I know about it, Dave? What don't I know about it?
What about the probation violation? You don't know why he went to jail. You don't understand why he's out of jail. You don't understand...
What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything I'm saying?
You talk like as if you know this stuff. You've done no research. You don't know anything.
What don't I know about the Buttafuoco saga that you know?
Howard Stern. That's what you know.
What?
Just be funny, man. That's what you get paid for.
I'm not... No, I get paid to talk on the radio. And right now, there's a lot of people laughing at the fact that I'm pointing out that you're a creep.
Well, I think everyone already listens to you every day and knows that about you. I only show up once in a while.
Because you're a parasite leech.
Well, you guys obviously...
you have some previous history maybe that we don't know
I
about.
never met David Krieff.
I mean, David...
Let me tell you, I'm in the comedy business. I'm working on huge film. Everyone knows about it. Nobody knows who the you are.
Yeah,
well, David actually does have a...
You evidently do.
He does do some film work.
What are you doing? What are you working on?
What are you working on, David?
Right now I'm doing a wonderful project with Susan Lucci. It's a Sopranos...
Sounds funny.
Where she's the lead. She is the Sopranos lead. It's called Mafia Wives, the Antoinette Giancana story. It's a sequel to Mafia Princess that was on 15 years ago.
That sounds hilarious. Everyone's been waiting for a sequel to that one.
Well, once again...
David, tell him
That's as anticipated as Jaws 2 was.
David, tell him about your previous work.
Yeah.
David.
Hello.
Hello?
Are we gone again?
Where's David? Joey, you there? Again with the phones. Hello?
Tucker?
Howard, they're still there. Will says Joey's still there. You didn't put him on hold, did you?
No, I didn't touch a thing.
You didn't touch anything?
Joey, you there?
We had to call Joey back because his phone got disconnected.
Well, then where's David? Where's David? David, you there? What the hell is going on today?
He and Artie were bonding.
You guys were really going at it.
Getting along well.
I don't know.
Artie's on the right track, by the way. I can give you a list of who he's booked as guests on the show.
Well, wait a second. I'm trying to find out if Joey Buttafuoco is really hooking up with Amy Fisher. Don't we want to know that?
I say yes.
Well, he
How are we going to find that out, though? I think what Artie is pointing out is we can't find that out.
This is crazy if he gets back with her.
I think if he does it, they'll both tell us.
If it's just for the TV show, it's not real.
I don't know what's going on. All hell's breaking loose.
I mean, are they going to film them?
I like hearing Artie yell at people.
Yeah,
Joey will be on in 2 seconds, Howard.
Are they going to film them having... What are we going? Where are we going here?
I don't know anything about love. David will film that.
Joey, what's going on today?
Oh, I'm back on. Okay, cool, man. This phone keeps getting up on you guys. What's up with that?
I think at this time it was you.
No, it was all your... I'm going to hang up. Right? Come on. Hey, you know, Artie, no matter what, I think you're hilarious, and we always had fun, and so... That's
Joe, this ain't about you. It's about the kid that I met. That's your kid, who's a nice kid, who I think you're going to hurt by this.
Yeah, well, Paul, he's not a kid. He's 27, you know. He makes his own choice.
Hello?
Dave.
I'm going to...
What is going on?
And David's on there. Wait. David, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, we keep losing Joey. Did your phone disconnect?
My phone has disconnected 3 times.
So it's got to be us then.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't hung up because of Artie. Trust me that.
No, we know, sir.
Yeah, we don't know. We're having trouble, and I just lost Joey
Your
again.
layer of sleaze is way stronger than that.
Well, listen, pal. Maybe you and I will meet.
There he's gone.
Oh, he's gone. He can't even make his threat or his offer of a...
Me with this phone system.
Well, you are.
I'm getting pissed now.
That was getting to be fun.
I wanted his threat on tape.
Yeah.
Well, you got half a threat.
If anybody's worried about XM and Sirius merging, I think it's necessary because we can't afford a phone system.
Do you want to make...
Yeah, it's Let me tell you something. I'll tell you what I'm going to do to you, Art.
It might have been divine intervention for that guy, because if we ever met, he might have an Adirondack coming out of his ass.
He doesn't like you, I'll tell you that.
Wow.
I don't like him either.
All right, here's Joey. Hey, Joey, this is crazy.
Yeah, man, we keep getting cut off, but it's on your end.
Yeah, it is.
We must have a time limit or something.
It's definitely our fault.
You know what it is? We have one of those old pay phones.
There you go.
If you don't put the quarters in, you lose everybody.
The operator needs more money.
See, God doesn't want this promoted.
Artie's really worked up.
Yeah, Artie's pissed off. I'm getting that feeling for the little bit that I can hear because I keep getting cut off. But Artie, it's like, you know, you hung with Mary Jo at the last show, right? Out here in L.A.?
I've met her a couple of times, sure.
He is right, Joey, though. If you bang Amy Fisher, it's going to fuck your kids up real bad.
Right.
Well, the thing is, it sounds like Artie's more concerned than Joey is. I don't think that's a good thing.
Who gives a shit about me? Listen, you know, who gives a shit about me?
But you should give a shit. You should give about yourself, because your kids probably give a shit about you, so you should give a shit.
Give 2 shit about. She can rip my chest out. At this point in time, she doesn't give a flying.
Who's this?
Who?
Mary Jo.
But what about your kids?
You know something? I love my kids. My kids love me. It's like, you know, I don't know what else to tell you
don't think
about that.
this would hurt them?
You know something? I'd probably have to sit down with him, talk to him.
You're going to have time to talk to them before you
might want to do that before
bang
the date.
Amy Fisher?
Well, first you'll bang her, then you'll talk to him. Although I personally would love to see this.
Well, of course we would. It would be good for us.
I think a lot of people would. I mean, but seriously, I just want to.
When you talk to Amy on, but wait a second. When you talk to Amy on the phone, like, is she talking romance?
You know, we talk about a lot of things. Yeah,
have you had phones?
No.
But what, like, does she ever say, you know, I did love sleeping with you, Joey. You were so great in bed, just such a man.
Well, you know what? She did tell me that she loved me very much back in the day and now. So it's like, you know, I don't think I'm responsible for her breakup with her husband or anything like that. I would hope not. But I think she's just looking for a change and moving in a different direction.
Right, she's vulnerable
Is it
right
merely
now.
a coincidence that the two of you are getting divorced at the same time?
You want to know something? I didn't know this was happening on my end. This has happened like when I got out.
I see.
So I didn't know what was going on.
What is it, Freddie?
On my end.
I actually have a couple.
I
have a couple of questions for Joey. Joey, when you were with Amy back in the day, did you think it was going to get more serious? Did you hope it would get more serious, or was it just
That's what it was.
But how about now? Do you think you would?
I don't know.
See it develop?
I'm going to see where it goes.
Back in the day, he's saying she was just a
right.
Well, wait a minute.
He's not ruling out the fact that maybe it could develop into something. Otherwise, it would just.
Absolutely, he's not ruling it out. But to me, it seems odd because you just found out you're getting a divorce. You're already ready to jump into something else with Amy Fisher?
Hey, he's been in prison a year.
Not that I'm ready to.
There's no other girls on the planet.
Right.
You know what?
And he's used to her.
By the way, Joey, have you had since you got out of prison then?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, David's back on the phone.
They can't talk about it.
Artie, David's back on the phone. He was in the middle of threatening you. We're sorry about the phones.
What was the threat, David? You get right back.
Dave, continue your threat, Dave.
What was the threat?
I don't know.
You were saying, do you want to meet?
Hey, buddy,
maybe he wants you to be in the next Mafia Princess movie.
Listen,
Maybe it's a business movie.
I have heard that you have sparks of genius. I just haven't seen it today, that's all.
All right, dude. You know what? I said my piece. As a matter of fact, this little argument is probably going to get you more press because you're on Howard's show than anything.
Listen, I'm not here to get press from me. I'm excited about Amy and Joey and their...
That is exciting.
That's what I'm here.
You know, David is very excited about Amy and Joey and Mary Jo. He's been excited about them for
David,
a long
why are you excited?
Amy, Mary Jo, and Joey together, they said that would never happen. And the fact is, when you see Mary Jo on Thursday, whatever, she will tell you that I brought them together. And I'm looking for people to have love and be reunionized and have fun and have good families. I have children. I know what you're saying, Artie, but you can't, at some point or another, when your kids are grown up, I don't know if you have kids, but at some point or another, you have to live for yourself. And you can't always live in the past.
Okay, Dave, but let me ask you this. All craziness aside.
I mean, kids are my number one thing. I'm working for 9.
Well, listen to Artie's question.
Okay, so suppose someone shot the mother of your kids. Would your kids? Well, suppose in the past it happened. Would your kids be upset if you were dating them publicly?
Well, listen. I'm telling you right now, people change, and I don't know what was there 15 years ago. I wasn't part of Mary Jo and Joey's relationship. I don't know what caused it. I don't know if there was drugs and alcohol. 85% of all crimes have something to do with drugs and alcohol.
Right.
We'll say that.
Well, I know something about that, but, you know.
So my feeling is, and believe me, I know something about this, too, and I work for the sheriff's office. They're wonderful people. Sheriff 𝗵𝗵 is the finest man I've ever met. He's going to be governor of the state of California. We work for charities called 999 for Kids. And
do you think you could hook up O.J. and Nicole's sister?
Nice.
Yeah,
what about that?
O.J. was in the same cell that Joey was in, by the way.
Is that right?
And we went in there, and the reality is, what we're trying to do is show there is a lot of crap that can happen because of alcohol and drugs. I think if you stay away from alcohol and drugs, there's less than a 15% chance that there's going to be a shooting.
Let's see what the fans have to say.
I can't argue with that.
Stephen in Cleveland, you're on the air.
Thanks for taking my call, Howard. You know, I other than the shooting, I mean, this was just nothing more than an affair. But man, Joe, you got to look at this thing like, you know, what it's going to do to you, the relationship you have with your kids. I mean, this guy's nothing more than a parasite trying to make a buck. Artie, you hit it right on the head on the... You know, I think
Artie's changing his mind because, Artie, I think you realize if people are in love, anything can happen. You can have cancer. You can be an alcoholic. You can be a drug addict. I'm not saying anything that's too far away from any family in the world. Why doesn't everybody deserve a second chance?
Well, so let them have love on their own, buddy. I mean, why do you...
Yeah, why do you have to hook them up?
What is your interest in it?
Yeah. What's your love connection? Why are you the love connection?
You know, I'm doing a project coming up with, with many talent that are superlative talents. The fact that Joey and Amy are this item that they are is not my doing. I just happen to facilitate it.
All right.
Like Sinatra with Dean and Jerry.
Exactly.
I freaking love you.
Listen, I got to say something. You know what? I've met Joey and Mary and now Paulie a couple of times. And to tell you the truth, I have an affection for them because I probably have the same background as them. I'm the same type of person. And I really like them. I do. I think they're deep down, they're good people, all three of them. And I just feel that it's just this is going to tear them further apart.
Artie,
this is the worst thing that could happen to a family.
People show their sides. Like, you have a side that you show the public. But then some
David, you can't think this would be good for Joey's kids to sit there and know their dad is now in love with the woman who shot their mother.
You've been through a divorce, Howard.
Yes.
You know that a lot of stuff happens when you decide to get divorced. Your kids sometimes take sides. All sorts of things happen. All I can tell you is
but, usually it's unjustified.
Yeah, I mean...
At the end of the day, this is all for the love of money. What are you talking about, pal?
I'm just saying, as someone...
I'm just telling you, the reality of this is people go through divorce, people go through separation, they go through alcohol, they go through drugs.
They usually don't go through gunshots, though.
You have a life. And, you don't live it only for your kids. You live it for your kids before they're 18. And then they have their own lives.
Oh.
Yeah, but a lot of this stuff is history.
Howard?
Adam, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Is the guy from Cleveland still on?
No, now it's the guy from New York City. Go ahead, Adam.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello.
go ahead.
Hey, Joey, man, I got to give you some advice. You need to stay away from her. Not for anything else for your kids, but for yourself, man. She is so stupid. I used to live across the street from her. I just moved 6 months ago. She is so stupid, she'll get you arrested for doing something stupid.
She is not stupid. You're wrong. Really? She's a very... you sound like an idiot, but she's a smart girl.
Oh, really? Okay. Let's see.
You're an idiot. She's smart.
She drives David. First of all...
And she's hot.
I want to hear this guy. Let me hear this guy. I want to hear this guy. Seriously.
First of all, her husband spent all her money. She told my wife and her girlfriends in the neighborhood. Nothing left. Gone.
We don't know that.
Okay.
This is hearsay evidence.
Joey, don't worry about the money. It's not there. You have to start it all over again. Number two, the girl drives around the neighborhood with the kids in the back seat, not buckled, jumping around in the front seat.
Oh, that's all hearsay. Come on. Let's go on.
Yeah, we don't even know if he lives across the street from me.
We don't know who that is. Joe, you're on the air in Vineland, New Jersey. Go ahead, Joe.
I'm here. I'm just listening.
No, different Joe. Go ahead, Joe. Joe from Vineland, are you there? Son of a ball's my show, and then he's not there.
That son of a...
Let's go to Aaron, who wants to say hello to Joey Buttafuoco and, of course, David Krieff. David claims that he is putting together some sort of reality show right now around this monumental meeting between Joey and Amy.
Well, I know that he was taping Joey while he was in the prison.
Did a meeting. Now it's gone past that, and these guys are rekindling their relationship.
If they make love, will you tape it?
Only if you're there with me.
All right, let's go to Aaron. You're on the air.
Hey now, Howard, Aaron Crane, Chicago, bro. I think you're overestimating the public. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. No one out there gives a flying about David Krieff and Joey Buttafuoco.
Well, why are you calling right now?
Exactly. Why is he calling Howard?
Because I'm a fan of Howard Stern, and he puts him on the show for some reason. No one seems to care about you.
You're wasting your time calling.
Don't you think it would be outrageous if Joey began living and in some sort of relationship with Amy Fisher?
And wouldn't you want to have cameras there?
I would.
No, I don't think so. I think it's old news, and no one really cares.
Hey, can I tell you, their spouses, Howard, are amazing. This guy, Lou, is a ex-cop. He's a trip to watch. And then Ivanka is this gorgeous Russian that is going to be in Playboy as well.
Oh, and
the sons and the daughters. Let me tell you, if anything, what we're doing is we're putting Dr. Phil together with all of these people, and we're going to work out their family life.
Dr. Phil is involved in this project?
No.
No way.
You couldn't get Dr. Phil in on this. You got Dr. Phil on this?
Yeah, Entertainment Tonight
Dr.
and the
Phil
Insider
McGraw?
has the rights to this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a Paramount production.
Howard and Robin and the guy from Ohio and anybody who calls it with a negative, it is a big part of recovery as well. And I know everybody says, oh, recovery this, recovery that. But at least for me...
What are you recovering from?
It's a start. I'm recovering from like 15 years of insanity. And for me to be able to move on, you have to face some of these things.
I got a feeling Joey's already made up his mind. He's banging Amy Fisher.
Yeah. It's a done deal.
This is a done deal.
He thinks he's owed.
Yeah.
With or without conscience, huh?
He's saying the only way he can move forward is to bang this broad.
He certainly is not banging Mary Jo. That much I promise.
Hey.
Is Mary Jo a part of this at all?
I don't think so.
What if Amy then falls in love with Joey, and she goes out and shoots another woman in the face?
Well, that's my fear. Every woman who have to watch their heads.
That'd be fun.
If Joey says hello.
Every woman who's jealous goes out and just...
Amy's on the loose again.
Not every woman, Amy Fisher.
Maybe this time Joey will shoot someone.
No, not me, man.
He won't even go near a gun at this point.
No, like Dominic told me years ago, it's all about recovery and forgiveness and all that. Dominic, but it's true, though. He
doesn't even like seashells anymore.
All right, so there it is. David Krieff,
I'm shocked.
Who is producing a special.
Correct.
That is
it's more than a special. It's a series.
A series around this meeting between Amy Fisher and the families and Joey.
Hey, Howard.
Yes.
How do you think? People? I mean, seriously. I mean, if we were living together someplace out here, hopefully, because the weather's better.
Oh my God!
You know, and doing different stuff, whether it's rolling in Hollywood, any up and down in Hollywood, doing shows, whatever, going to shows,
going
to Vegas. No, not like going to a show like what you do, Artie.
No, but I mean, you said doing
hilarious. I love you guys, man.
Okay.
But doing that kind of stuff, hitting Vegas,
You and Amy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Do you think people would watch?
Putting $500,000 down on a crap table and having some fun. I mean, just, having some fun like that. Is that a crime?
I don't want to see
a crime.
An attempted murderer having
fun. Yeah, no, it is bad, Joey. I think what Artie was trying to say is that this has tremendous, explosive ramifications in the life of your kids. This is the woman who shot the mother of your children in the face.
Believe me, I remember that.
Yeah,
Joe, I'm saying, again, I think we have similar backgrounds, and if my father was having an affair with a woman, and that woman shot my mom, and years later, he started dating this woman again.
And taking her out in Hollywood and having fun.
Taking her out to Vegas and having fun on television.
Now I understand.
I think I would take a bat to your head when I saw you.
Artie, is that true?
Yeah, I would probably hit my father in the head with a bat.
Is that stuff true that you just said about your family?
What?
Your father had an affair, or were you just...
No, he was supposing.
Why, Dave? Were you smelling another series?
Dominic, you're on the air. Go ahead.
That's the idea. You don't know.
Dominic was Joey's lawyer for
her. I started with Joey, actually, through Howard, and then I helped Mary Jo later, and Joey knows that.
Yeah.
And then I helped Amy get out of jail, so I kind of was there from the beginning to the absolute end.
Okay.
And I understand Howard and Robin's attitude, but what I don't understand is why you would make the comments you make about Artie, who's the best guy in the world.
I love Artie. You're talking to me, Dominic, or to somebody else?
Krieff, whatever.
Oh, no.
Krieff.
Well, I love Artie, man. I've seen him. I
don't know Artie.
I
think he's got sparks of brilliance. All I'm saying is it sounds to me like this issue is sensitive, and I don't know why. I don't know Artie. All I can tell you is there was alcohol and drugs involved 15 years ago. There's not anymore, and if there's not, then at least people can think clearly. That's all I can say.
Alcohol and drugs by who?
By Amy and I think Joey was probably...
No.
Joey never did drugs, and I read every probation report.
I was totally clean.
Absolutely.
Totally clean when all that went down. I got clean in 1988
all
from
it takes
everything.
is one person to be alcoholic.
If you can make money with this, that's up to you. But I think Artie's point and everyone else's point is true, and that may be something Joey accepts. But if these kids came out of this okay, I say that's an act of God almost, because they went through hell. I was there.
Do you think things will change when they're 25, that Joey makes a decision like this to do anything in his life?
I don't know.
Let me tell you, they hate Ivanka, his current wife. They have given her such a hard time. They've never accepted her. It doesn't matter if it's Amy Fisher, Ivanka, whoever it is. Their family is never going to accept anyone as the mother.
Wow.
Mary Jo.
Hey, Dominic?
This is almost like a movie that you wouldn't believe the script.
Hey, Ben, I got to tell you, and anybody who's listening to this, Dominic and I have always said this, you're very rare. You are, and I've been through attorneys and met with them, and I got to tell you something. You have never lied to me, Dominic. You have never misled me. You will help me make decisions to go on and make the right decisions. And I got to tell you, man, you never lied to me. You never told me this. Honest to God, you were great for me, and you helped me recover for this. This is now part of my recovery.
Okay.
Still 15 years later. I don't know how this is going to come out. I don't know.
If Amy calls me, I'll give her a free divorce. And when Mary Jo called me, and forget why, you know who paid for it, and that was my Right. And it was a lot of money. But all I'm saying is, listen, you got to do what you got to do. But I think Artie, who I truly love, is just trying to say to you, you know, is it going to hurt the kids? And maybe that's a test you're going to give.
Yeah,
It's incredible. Dominic, they're not 8 years old.
Well, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong.
Well, it doesn't matter if a kid is 8 years old. If a kid,
are you telling me that at some point or another you don't make
listen, there's a billion women on the planet. We're talking about
there may or may not
we're talking about specifically the woman who shot
and
Mary
their
Jo.
mother.
Listen, you want to know
one other thing people are forgetting, that she was underage when he was having with her, so there was another act of victimization going on.
Nobody wants to listen to me. You guys are doing a great fucking
Listen, the thing is, you know, I never met Joey's daughter.
Joey's going to 𝗵𝗵cie𝘄. I hear it in his voice. He's hell-bent on doing this.
But after I met his son...
I'm hearing that now they're going to just put the two of them in a house and see what happens.
Right.
That's crazy.
Am I right, David, or not?
You are brilliant. You're the only one that makes sense on this show, because to me, you understand this show.
Oh, you're nuts, David. I'm going to get on Artie's side in a minute.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, people make money off snuff films, too.
Really?
I don't know why I'm so smart, but I'm telling you.
But I can't see. I mean, it's one thing to have them have a meeting. It's another thing to have them dancing around town.
Hold it.
Going to Vegas.
Joey, it's a done deal, isn't it? Pretty much.
You're underestimating Amy. Amy has 2 kids.
Hold it, Dominic. I didn't get an answer. I didn't get an answer.
She's a great mother.
I don't think she'll do anything to harm her kids.
Joey.
If you 2 could put a show on.
I got to have a word in here. Joey.
I agree with Dominic. I really do.
Joey, you're going to have...
I've always been the voice of reason.
Wait.
Oh, and God bless you, and I love you.
So what do you agree with? He's saying not to have sex with this girl.
Well, that's not the issue.
That's not the issue.
I discussed that on the phone today before they even meet, whether or not they're going to have some Amy's children have to see a headline like that.
So what's the issue?
You could sell this as a reality show.
You want to see them in a house?
Wait. What's the issue?
I don't even know. Howard's the only one that brought it up. I've never brought it up.
What is the issue?
If you can believe this or not, honestly, from my heart, I owe Amy a huge apology.
It's not about...
For me to get started into this another phase of my life, I owe Amy a huge apology, and whether anybody's there to see it or hear it or not, and I hope somebody is, because I owe it to her publicly, I really do, because of the last try, and the last try I was a maniac.
And by the way, this got the highest ratings of any Entertainment Tonight sweep whatsoever.
I'm sure it did, Dave. I'm not arguing there's going to be interest in this, but, you know, after I met Joey's kid, Paulie, I honestly said to myself that night, I said, wow, that kid turned out great. He's nice. He ducked the bullet. He got through it, and he's going to be fine. And now you're dragging him back into it. Why test him twice?
Artie, you and I have something in common.
Artie, in my defense to that, I love my children, and I'm sure you speak to Paulie, and he tells you he loves me. We have a great relationship. We go riding our Harleys in the hills and everything, and I have a great relationship with Paulie.
Oh, here we go again.
Are we there?
Yeah, we're
here.
My son Paulie is not 12 years old anymore. He's 27. He's a grown man. You know?
I know, Joe, but...
And my daughter Jessie, I'm sure you met. You know, she's working hard. She's doing her thing. She's 24 years old.
He didn't meet Jessie, he said.
Oh, okay.
I never met Jessie, but, you know, again, I just said to myself, God, this kid ducked such a bullet in his life.
Look, we're going over the same thing.
Right. I don't know that Joey's actually... Have you told your children of what you're doing?
No.
I haven't seen or spoken to either one of my beautiful children.
Wait, David, you got to shut up for 3 seconds and let the guy finish the sentence.
That's okay. You guys are doing a great job.
Joey.
Yeah.
You said you were interrupted. David jumps on every line you say. What did you say? You haven't seen your kids how long?
I haven't seen Paul or Jessie since I went into the county, and that was January. I haven't seen them.
So it doesn't sound like...
I've called and left messages for Paulie, but I haven't heard from any. I haven't heard from them. I know that they want to see me and speak with me, but I haven't. And you know, for everything that everybody says about me, and we've all ducked this whole thing, just gotten through it. I am a very sensitive guy, and I know you guys a long time. And Howard, you were the only one there back 15 years ago when all this jumped off, and you were really the only one who gave me the chance to speak. Honestly, you really did. You know, all
right, so all right. Well, everyone's just saying to you, got to think this through.
I haven't seen my kids, and I really need to, but I just got out like 8 days ago, and I'm dealing with so much.
There's something wrong here between you and your kids if you haven't seen them for that long. So I would think real hard about whether or not you should see 𝗵𝗵cie𝘄.
I have a question.
But on the other
did they
hand,
visit him in jail?
No, he said no.
He hasn't seen them.
No, I didn't want them to, guys, because it's a real place to be, even for the people who come to visit inmates. It's a bad place to be.
All right, Frank. Frank, you have the last word. Go ahead.
Who does?
Frank. Frank from 𝗦𝗵ci𝘄. Go ahead.
Hey, Joey. You two deserve each other. You should take that money maker that you use in the body business and smack some sense into your head, you dope.
All right.
That's the last one.
That was a great last word.
Some neighborhood advice.
He said that. He's going to play that for all his friends Friday night. Sniffing coke, smoking weed. Come on, man. Whatever it is.
All right. Thank you, Frank.
But to answer Dominic, and because I respect Dominic, and I really, really do, because he's a real smart guy with all this stuff, and I just need a starting point. My starting point is apologizing to Amy and starting from that point for that last outbreak last May.
All right.
Honest to God, for me to be able to move on, guys.
All right, David, go ahead and give yourself a plug now.
Well, listen, there's a lot going on. We're very excited to work with the sheriff of Los Angeles County, 𝗦𝗵ci𝘄, who's going to be the next governor, we hope. Entertainment Tonight and The Insider has just been wonderful to give us the time. We appreciate you, Howard. I always come to you. You don't pay a dime, as you know, and I still come to you because I really appreciate everything you do, and you're a brilliant, brilliant communicator. And with Artie, you know this is nothing personal. I think we have some differentiation, but we love Robin, and I just thank you so much for the opportunity to be on the show today.
All right, thank you, David. And David Krieff, Joey Buttafuoco, thank you, and keep us posted on what happens now.
Got it, man.
All right, very
Listen,
good.
guys, honestly, I hope everything turns out all right. I really do.
Thanks,
Artie. Thanks
a
lot.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, Robin.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Howard.
I don't.
I mean...
Well, you hope everything turns out all right.
Yeah.
No, I hope the thing is a failure.
Well, that's what I think Artie means.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thinks all right is that everybody is okay.
Somehow everybody's okay is what I mean.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, Artie, you made the right point. The fact of the matter is...
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes, you do. No,
well, you met the kids, and you had a personal feeling about what they're going to have to deal with as a result of it.
What you said was not out of line. You said to David, this isn't right. And more importantly, though, the only area I disagree with you is, forget David. Joey's got to think this through.
No, I know.
It is his decision. I thought you were putting a little too much responsibility on David.
I agree with you, but I mean, we happened to be in the conversation together. I agree with you. Joey's a grown man, and David's a businessman, and Joey has every right and every opportunity to say no to this. I'm just trying to get Joey to think it through more, man.
I think he did the right thing.
I do think it's odd, 8 days out of prison, that your priority is meeting Amy Fisher and not your kids.
Going to Vegas.
That's a great point. Yes, Fred?
I respect Artie's opinion. I respect him as a human being, but, you know, David ultimately is doing nothing any worse than Entertainment Tonight when they do the Anna Nicole Smith stuff.
Right.
I mean, it's like, you know, it's like they're dragging her corpse all over the place to get ratings.
Yeah, ultimately,
so he's basically on the same par as Entertainment Tonight. And until people stop doing that kind of shit, David's free to do what he wants.
It is Entertainment Tonight. Didn't he say he's working with them?
Yes, he is.
Well, it's a shame. I mean, look, he said it's got the biggest ratings ever. I know. I realize that. That stuff is interesting to people.
It's interesting to people. Look, it's no different. I put Joey on because I think it's interesting. The fact of the matter is that Joey's decision now is, as Robin says, do I go and make amends with my kids, or do I go fuck Amy Fisher?
I don't think he's the father of their kids or something. And no father would do that. I mean, I would love to have asked Joey, had his daughter done something similar, had she been seduced by an older man, and maybe, I don't know, how Amy came to shoot this person, whether she was coerced, she was on drugs or whatever, how would he feel? Would he feel good about his daughter? I mean, would he be angry about the situation?
Yeah, it's too crazy.
And I sort of what you were doing, Howard, they're dancing around the subject like going to Vegas. I think putting it that bluntly, like, are you going to Amy Fisher? I think that might set him back a little bit.
Maybe
like,
make him think
look,
about it.
That's what this is about, and maybe it'll make him think twice. Because obviously David likes that because he wants that innuendo that might happen.
It would be a spectacle if those two got together. Yeah. And the fact of the matter is, I think Joey's mindset is already, I got to get back together with this girl to keep the story going. And what we just did, what we managed to do here today is give him a sobering thought.
I could not believe that he could say, do you think it would be interesting for us to be throwing $500,000 on a table in Vegas and having some fun?
Yes, Wheels, go ahead.
More entertaining than the Sons of Hollywood on A&E.
Wheels, you're on in Bristol, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Howard, my brother was shot and killed at 18 by one of my best friend's brother. I mean, I can't imagine how it would tear my mom up if I even continued to be friends with the kid.
Right. That's exactly right.
Joey has to weigh the consequences of, like, is it worth it damaging his kids for money? It's bullcrap. There's no, I'm sorry. He's sorry. She shot his wife. His kids are first, man. It's ridiculous. My mom suffers every day, as do I.
That's a very sobering thought. Irish John, you're on the air in New Rochelle.
Hey, good morning, Howard. How great would this television special be if Amy Fisher took out a gun and shot Joey Buttafuoco in the head? That's
Well, now
the
you're
only
talking.
thing that would make it watchable. And Artie, way to stand up for yourself, man. Kick that guy's ass.
All right, Frank.
I'm not looking to fight anybody.
I remember when Amy Fisher was first tried and convicted, there was so much anger against this girl.
Right.
And nobody could understand why she was even being released.
That's right.
She tried to murder a woman. The only thing, she failed at her attempt to murder.
Mary Jo could easily be right now. Easily.
Absolutely. Frank, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. 20 years, man. I love you. It's the first time I've ever spoken to you. But Artie, I love Artie, but he's way off base here. I mean, I love the guy. He has some great insight, but
What is he off base about?
About Joey and what he's going to do to his kids. You know, David's right. No matter what Joey does, Artie doesn't have children, and Artie, you have. And I'm not saying, Artie, you should never get married, by the way. 15 years of hell for me. And,
well, no, look, I understand I don't have kids, but I think as a child of someone, I can relate to this.
Anything, Artie.
Frank, I want to understand your point, so I'm going to slow you down. What are you saying that Artie is wrong about?
Lecturing Joey on what he's going to do to his kids.
But wait a second.
Why can't he do that?
How can you not stop for a second? Now think about this. Your mom was shot in the face.
Because of something.
Because of an affair that your dad had. And now your dad's going to hook up with that broad. Now, how does that not affect you?
And go have some fun.
Well, he's considering it. So we said, Joey, maybe you ought to think a little harder. Now, also, the man got out of prison after being in a year, and Robin pointed out to him that, you know, maybe you should repair your relationship with your kids first. So the fact of the matter is, while Artie doesn't have children, he is thinking of himself as a child and how he would feel.
It's wrong. I mean, what happened, and that was Amy Fisher's doing. I mean, I grew up in the area. I went to the gym where Joey used to work out, Future Physique in Massapequa.
Well, what is your point?
The point is that Artie needs to understand that no matter what Joey does, I mean, Joey could have been the greatest father in the world.
No matter what Joey does, what?
I don't think he'd ever be accused of that.
His children are not going to accept another woman. No one.
Maybe that's true.
That's neither here nor there.
But they're sure as hell not going to accept the fact that he's banging the woman who shot their mother.
Right.
So that's two times. That's Joey being a prick to the second power. You know.
That's right.
That's the point.
So it seems that you're agreeing with Artie.
And again, everybody's still overlooking the fact she was underage. So, you know, it was an older guy taking advantage of a kid.
A million things wrong with it. And the argument of they're not 8 years old, they're 27, look.
Means nothing.
Right. I mean, you ask anyone in their 40s, you ask anyone in their 40s how different they are from when they were 27. People change the whole, and there's parent issues till the day you die, you know.
And you know what? You make the point at 8, 10, 12 years old, however old they were at the time, they had to deal with, hey, your father did this, and your mother got shot, and that whole thing. Now they're going to have to deal with, what's your dad doing now? He's back with the woman who shot your mother?
When I met
all right, we've had enough of this discussion. We're going to move on.
I'm just saying, when I met the kid out in L.A., you know what? I felt so happy he seemed okay, and I felt bad for him, and I said, here's just a guy I'm doing a shot with at a bar. I hate why I know him. You know what I mean? He's at a complete disadvantage because I know him for this reason.
That's right, and he shouldn't even be known.
No, he'd just be like a friendly dude I'm drinking with, and, you know...
the reason they had to move to Los Angeles was because their lives were such hell
You're right.
in Long Island.
You're right.
He survived it once, and why bring him back into the same situation?
Discussion over. Let's go to the spots. We have...
Good morning, Cindy.
Good morning, darling.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I see you're carrying a book in your hand.
The infamous book.
Your memoir.
My memoir.
That's also the title of it, right? Cindy Lauper, a memoir.
Just in case you didn't know. It's a memoir.
All right. So, I imagine right this way. I imagine there are lots of...
Who is the bunny?
Oh, that's Hank, the angry drunken dwarf. He's no longer with us, though.
Really?
Yeah, so we leave him up there as sort of tribute to him.
All right. But you mean he just left? He's no longer...
No, like he's deceased.
He is deceased?
About 10 years, 11 years ago.
Oh, wow, I'm so sorry.
He actually passed away right before 9/11, so his death was sort of overshadowed by everything that happened.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring so much tragedy into the...
Tragedy! It's a tragedy.
But you're looking forward to seeing Howard again? And
Well, I haven't seen him for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
My husband said to say hello, because they used to run together.
Oh, okay. And share some stories from your memoir.
My memoir. Yeah.
All
How's
right.
it going on, what's that show? American's Got Talent?
It just wrapped up. He just finished it, so he's sort of getting back to
It's going to
normal.
have new co-hosts now.
Yeah, I think Sharon's leaving and...
Mariah Carey.
Oh, that's right. Never thought I'd see those two together. Howard
It'll
and
be interesting.
to say the least. All right, Cindy. I'll let you get in the studio and talk to Howard.
Right?
All right.
Usually I'm in here with an instrument, so really throwing me off.
Just talk today.
Just talking. Wow. Okay.
All right,
Cindy Lauper wrote a book. It's amazingly honest. I can't believe how honest it is.
Yeah, I've been reading excerpts.
I was just saying, Cindy. Hey, Cindy.
Hey.
You look great. You look great. You're an attractive woman, I gotta say.
You're right?
You really are.
And I gotta still keep my looks, right?
Body's nice. What are you working out?
A diet. I stopped eating bread. I'm allergic. I have a gluten allergy.
Don't believe it.
I've heard psoriasis, and it's killing me. So when I stopped eating the bread a little, at least it stopped a little.
Read Dr. John Sarno's book.
All right.
You got a lot going on. Didn't you have some back issues, too? Back pain?
No.
You never had back pain?
No, I had, when I was writing the book, I was like hunched over the computer a lot, so my neck was killing me.
All right, I know. I'll talk to you off the air about this.
Hey, you wrote a book, too, right?
I wrote 2 books. I wrote Private Parts and Miss America.
Miss America.
Yeah, that was my second book, my follow-up, my second smash book. 2 big hits.
That's good.
I was just saying to Robin, I commend you on your honesty in this book.
Yeah.
I mean, it is remarkably honest. And, you know, look.
You know what Oscar Wilde said, and Harvey told me this. Harvey
What did he say?
He said, feel free to be yourself. Everyone else is taken.
No, but you put your ego aside. I'll tell you why. Because you even admit your failures. And I like this about you. You know, you talk about at one point when you were doing movies a lot, and you were in a movie called Vibes.
Yeah.
You were slated to co-star with Dan Aykroyd, who I think is brilliant.
Me too.
And you were excited about the project. Suddenly, Dan Aykroyd gets out of the project.
He hated me.
Yeah, and you admit that. Why did he hate you? You mean he met you and hated you, or he hated you?
Yeah, he didn't think I was very good, and he thought I was... I don't know what he thought. He just left and said bad vibes.
Did he say to you... Did he confront you and say, look, I just don't think you're up to this?
No, I tried to read with him, and it was the first time I'd never read before with anyone.
Which is a very disturbing process.
Well, it's
difficult.
different.
Yeah.
It ain't like, you know, you're not supposed to act. So he did this thing that I didn't understand, and I felt like...
What did he do? You're in there reading Vibes with him.
Okay, it could be anything, like Mary Had a Little Lamb, right? So say it's Mary Had a Little Lamb, his fleece was white as snow, is everywhere, you know.
Right. Blowing it off.
Because I didn't realize, but that is a process. I just thought he hated me. I was like, okay, I guess I have to just keep reading. I went and did a screen test first, you know, with Ron Howard, to make sure I didn't look like a complete idiot. I said, if I look like an idiot, I don't think I'm up for this.
Right.
And then I did it, and he said, oh, it's great, you have something. You know, when Ron Howard says that to you, you believe him.
If Ron Howard says to you, I'm going to put money into a film, millions of dollars, and you've got it, you believe that, of course, but yet you didn't believe in yourself. And when you met Aykroyd, I feel like you kind of lost confidence.
Well, I was a little heartbroken that he, you know... Then I stayed on the project, you know, I was like, I felt like the bad egg.
And they brought in Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, and they brought Peter Falk in because I begged them to bring Peter Falk in. I even had my hair, but more than that, you know, the rhythm of his speech is like mine. And so I thought that that would look great, and originally I was going to have pink hair, but I fell asleep with the bleach on because I was really tired, and I woke up and it was really light, and I didn't put any more tone or anything on it because I figured, hey, all right, it's the wrong color, but hair is more important than none. So I went with it, and then with the two of them had black hair and my hair was light, I thought, well, it's very iconic, classic comedy, you know, like Jean Harlow had that. No, Lucy had the red. Yeah, she had red.
Well, so all this thought goes into it, but bottom line is, you write in the book, and this is why I like the book, you're honest, and you say you hated Jeff Goldblum.
I didn't hate him. I had a problem. I thought he was having going through something, probably.
He was odd.
He was odd, but to the point where, look, you know, honestly, no matter who you are, I know you got issues and problems. Everybody got them, you know, but
sure.
Don't stand next to me and make an old person really upset, or a kid, or a mother with a kid, because after that, you're dead.
So in other words, you're alluding to he would yell at people on the set?
No, he didn't yell. He would take a book,
right,
and read the book like he was having a nervous breakdown, which I understand. That's a process.
Okay.
I get it. But you know what? Don't stand right next to me when they have me standing for the light, and you got to go have a nervous breakdown.
It's disconcerting to all the other actors.
Well, yeah, and you can't.
Rude.
And what happened was the older guy kept forgetting his lines, so it was in the rotunda. You know, probably write me a letter like cease and desist. But hey, with Sandy, I don't care. You
right,
know, take
I know
the best shot. Everybody else did. So you know. I'm standing in the rotunda, and there's this older fellow, and he's supposed to be our boss, and Jeff is having the nervous breakdown routine next to us. So I said to him, look, pal, not for nothing, I could notice here that this is you're doing your little method thing. I said, which is fine and good. But why don't you take a walk? Because I asked the guy right in front of me, I said, do you find this disconcerting? And he said, yes. And I looked at him, and I said, look, you know, you do your thing, take a walk, and then come back. If you don't, I'm going to have to kill you, and it's not going to be a murder mystery, because I'll kill you right here in front of everybody.
So the whole thing went
completely. Well, he always... Well, I thought that was funny, too, but he was always... you know, and what are you going to do?
So there was no love lost there.
I don't care if you don't like me. Who
yeah, but
cares?
On a movie, you do care.
It hurt my feelings no matter what. I knew that if he knew what I was going to do, he'd do little crappy things to me all the time. So I was like, yeah, check this out, my friend. Though I walk through the valley, you ever see this T-shirt? Though I walk through the valley of death, I fear no evil, because I'm the meanest son of a bitch in the valley, okay? How do you like that? Because where I come from, we're really mean.
I understand you better now because of this book. I mean, I knew you had struggled as an artist and you had rough years, but I didn't know...
Tough childhood.
I didn't know how tough, and now kind of... To read it all in one book, the truth comes out. I mean, you had a miserable, miserable childhood. I mean...
It wasn't... There was comedy.
Yeah, but sure. I mean, there are moments, but for the most part...
My mother was terrific, though.
Your father left.
Yeah.
How old were you when your father left?
5.
5 years old. He splits. Your mother remarries. A crazy person. So crazy, he's a pedophile, you say in the book.
Well, you see... You're not supposed to say that, and she didn't want to go to the police. You got to understand those times. Even when they had fights and the neighbors got fed up and they called the cops would come, look at all of us, and go on their walkie-talkie and go, domestic violence.
How many kids are in your family?
Just me, my sister, and my brother.
Okay.
And then there was the dog that he tortured, too. It was like...
I mean, but when you talk about home life, a guy comes into the home... You say he would spy on you. You would be going in the bathroom or
whatever,
Well, what do you mean? Whatever. It's in the book.
Well, it's in the book. Read the book.
No, but I'm interviewing you about your life.
Oh, okay.
It's horrible.
Well, it was tough.
The man would drill a hole in a bathroom.
He didn't. He had a fight with my mother, and he threw her against the bathroom door. Oh. And her wedding ring, which I remember when she first got married, she said to me, she showed me her ring and a dress, and I said, Ma, it's not gold. She said, it's platinum. It won't wear out. And
she had high hopes.
Yeah, and then with that same ring, he had fight with her and threw her into the door, and the ring hit the frosted glass window, and it left a crack and a little hole, and that was the hole he would look through.
And you were aware of this?
Well, you have to be careful. Yeah, look, I knew what was going on. I knew this,
So he spied on you, he spied on your brother, and he spied on your sister?
Not my brother. I don't know. My brother was a boy. He didn't say that kind of stuff to my mother, too. He said, the whole threat was he had power and she had none. He would beat up her parents and rape her daughters. And
he would say that?
Yeah, and then
he would threaten your mother?
Yeah, and if she tried to go to court, he'd drag us on the witness stand and make it look like we were asking for it.
Oh, my God. So you had to go testify at...
We never did. She never did. That's how she lived. She never did anything. And then I finally left that day, and my brother...
You left home?
Yeah, my brother, poor Butch, he stayed, and then he learned to get really tough, and when he got big and tough enough, he came home and told him to take a hike. And the funny thing about bullies only like to bully people smaller and with less physical power.
Sure.
Yeah, they're really cowards, yeah.
Yeah, well, they've probably been beaten up in life, too. I mean, it's a whole cycle.
It's a chain. It's called the product of misery. It goes on and on, yeah.
So do you ever say to your mother at some point, wow, how did you not protect us from this fucking lunatic?
No, she did. She used to fight with him. She used to tell us to go in and lock our door. You got to understand, she didn't have her father working for her or any of the relatives working for her. They knew what was going on. Nobody was helping her.
Right.
And she was working 14 hours a day.
So I guess anybody being there for her was better than nothing.
Well, there was hardly. And, my aunt had her struggles. And, let me tell you, when everybody talks about that 47%?
Yes.
Well, fuck them, because they don't know what it's like to be that.
It wasn't that your mother was poor because she decided to be a freeloader or something.
She was having a freeloader.
Right, she was having a hard time making it in life.
And she worked hard. And let me tell you about the 47%, Howard. Yes. They pay taxes. They pay payroll taxes.
Right.
And they probably pay more payroll taxes than that guy who only pays 11%, who's rich as the day is long.
You're talking about leverage buyout guys. I mean, they, that's a whole fishy business in itself.
Yeah, but you know what? Or the elderly who paid all their life. Or there's a lot of little sections of that 47% that you'd be shocked about.
It shows a naivete on his part.
No, it shows an arrogance and a lot of stupidity. But the man must be a genius, because they always get these genius people that say the most ridiculous things and say, hey, elect me, I'm retarded. No, that's not a good thing, of course.
But isn't it amazing, considering your background? You leave home at 17. And
now I'm going to start crying. No. My makeup. I got to go on CNN.
Yeah, but you leave home at 17 years old, which is a brave thing to do. And I
was packing since 14.
Right. You just couldn't wait to get out of the house.
But there was no place to go, Howard. I couldn't get anybody to hire me.
Right. You had no job, but you had to get out of the house because you're living with stepfather from hell.
Well, he was kind of a cross between Freddy Krueger and Don Rickles, because he was really funny. And then he was really scary, so you never knew when.
Do you ever
that
really...
That makes it worse, because you don't know which way to go.
Do you have a tremendous trust issue with men? I mean, you say in your book at one point...
Now, I went to different therapists, Howard.
And did it help?
Yeah. One guy he whined a lot, but he was really good. And then I realized that it wasn't just him whining in my life. He'd go... Well, Cindy, and then I had another friend I worked with, rude girl, and she'd be, Cindy, and then there was Myra that I was working with.
Yeah, but Cindy, when you walk in,
you got a little melody
Cindy,
there.
when you walk into a therapist's office, you must have tremendous difficulty. I would imagine you need to work with a male therapist to get over your male issues.
No, I worked with another guy who was working on anger, and he used to have you beat pillows with a wooden samurai sword, and you had to do all this physical stuff, and then in the end He wound up being a comedy writer for Comedy Central. See, I knew when he was having me do all this stuff, it was a little peculiar and funny. And maybe
your life is bizarre.
It's very bizarre.
And it's bizarre in the sense, too, that I was thinking about this.
Listen, it's always a good story if you can live through it.
But there was a period of time in your life, you write in your book, that you even tried not to love men. You wanted to be a lesbian. Like you said, I'm going to will myself to be in a relationship.
That wasn't it. Why? It was because all my best friends
were gay.
Yeah, and I didn't want to lose them. I wanted to be their friend, and I wanted to be like them.
But don't you think it was like, oh, men are disgusting?
I didn't think. I wanted to be... Listen, haven't you ever grown up and have best friends, and then they do something and you want to be just like them?
Right.
But you're not.
But trying to be gay, I mean, you're not attracted to women. There's no... I mean, you have to force yourself
wow,
to.
That's a really great hairdo, and that looks really fabulous, and I love the shoes. What a great...
How far did you go in trying to be a lesbian? Did you live with a woman?
No. I was 15.
Oh, I see. You were that young.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
You tried kissing, and it didn't work for you. You're into guys. And men have been a huge disappointment in your life. You even got so...
I got David Thornton.
No, I'm talking about before David. David's a great guy, but you talk about in the book how you dated your manager for a long time, this guy.
I loved him.
You loved him.
And he loved me.
And you put him in some of your videos. I remember that.
Well, then maybe that was a big mistake for him, because then people wouldn't take him serious. It was just a way that we could be together. He was my boyfriend before he was my manager.
But when he broke up with you,
I was really depressed.
Depressed? You tried to kill yourself. You were thinking about it.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
But then, honestly, Howard, sitting there with a vodka bottle from Russia, and I took a shot because I can't really drink.
Yes, but can you believe it was so dark in your life? You have so many gifts and talent and
Howard,
good friends.
Wait a minute. It was 1988.
Yes.
Lenny had broken his leg. He wasn't in the studio. The evil 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄 took over everything. I'm sorry. Gotta say. I mean, it was like the evil empire up there.
But you're critical. You're critical of Tommy.
No, it's not. Why, you his kumbade?
No. I know Tommy, and I know him. I know him well.
He's very nice.
But I'm going to ask you.
Unless you're in a business where it's about who's going to be the most powerful. And at that time, I also was stuck with a guy who was a bit of an alcoholic, who we were helping, and then all of a sudden he turned really weird, and I had to finish a record, and I was sick to my stomach, and my relationship with David was gone, Lenny was gone, everybody that made me famous or worked with me and helped me and
was now gone.
Gone. And now you have knucklehead Smiths up there who are going to try and make me do what Hart did and sound like Hart. So, for somebody who really wanted to own their own path, who changed the way people sounded on the radio, the way people looked, the color of everybody's hair, for them to then turn around and tell me I had to wear jeans and a T-shirt, why, you'd be depressed too.
Well, but if Tommy is trying, I'm not just picking on Tommy.
Well, it was him hiring the people.
But yeah, I'm saying, in other words, he's got his money in you. He's got he's backing you. He wants to see you succeed. No, you feel he was against you?
I have no idea. All I know is every time I put something out, they'd say, well, there's a memo saying that we're not going to promote you.
I see.
So, it's like, okay, who's that?
Why would they do that? You mean they didn't believe in the record?
No, because there was a lot of political stuff going on. At that time, Howard, Tommy and Walter were fighting.
Walter Yetnikoff.
He was trying to get Walter out. So I stuck up for Walter because Walter had helped me at one time. But I had helped Tommy, too. I helped Tommy get the job. I brought them over to my house.
See, but I don't understand something. If I'm a record company guy and I own a record company, I want my artists to do well.
No, they want their artists to do well.
But aren't you their artist?
Not when the guy who signed you is gone. No.
And they don't care anymore? I mean,
they have their list. Don't you know that's how corporation? They get rid of all the people, so they put their people in, and now they want a new face. But they wouldn't let me go.
But you know what's funny to me? If I ran a record company, I'd say, I don't care who signed the artist. I got to make money with this record company so my boss doesn't get rid of me.
No.
And so I look at an artist like you.
They didn't care like that. But the Japanese did come to me at one point and say, Cindy, we believe in you. We like your music. please make a record. We want to promote your music. We like what you do. Because at that point, everybody was telling me they didn't like anything I did. So, you know, here you are, you work, you got an original sound, you did your path. Then you have these other guys come in and tell you, oh, we're changing everything about you. Because to them it's disposable art, and to you, it's a living art.
Well, I think you're right. I think that you have to stay yourself. You have to be true to yourself, because otherwise you become cookie cutter and like everybody else.
Well, the thing about me was I wasn't like everybody else.
That's true.
And that's what made me famous.
The song that made you most famous, I believe, was Girls Just Want to Have Fun, right? Was that the big one?
It was, now, Girls Just Want to Have Fun would have gone by the wayside had there not been Time After Time right after it.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun. You introduced number two, and you introduced that song with your whole wrestling connection, WWF at the time.
Because at the time, Howard, radio wasn't playing Girls Just Want to Have Fun. They said we had a note from the best program director in the country that said they would talk to us and tell us, you know, how we could adjust my career, because Girls Just Want to Have Fun would never be played on Top 40 and is not album radio because I sing too high.
So you wisely, now I understand this WWF connection.
Dave Wolf loved wrestling, and it was his idea, and he said, I have another idea.
I'm going to put you on WWF, and you play Girls Just Want to Have Fun on the WWF.
Friday night, Saturday morning, and Saturday night. He said you'd get 3 hits in a weekend.
He found an alternative way to distribute the music, not using the radio.
Yeah,
and it paid off.
Cross promotion, and we had fun.
And so the record starts to sell from the WWF fans. They go, hey, we want to get a copy of this Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And
well, no, there were people, we had little episodes every once in a while, and that wound up on E.T. as a news item. And all of a sudden, what we were doing was bleeding over to all these different mediums. And we were having a riot. So we said, okay, now we know what we're doing. And,
right.
And so it was on MTV. It was on news. It was...
I didn't realize the wrestling had such an effect on your career, positive, because I was like, why is she doing that? I was already aware of you as an artist. I was like, why is she doing all that wrestling? But that makes sense to me.
Well, I stayed.
You thought outside the box.
Yeah, but I stayed because it was the one place that Dave Wolf and I could still work together as equals, not as just he's your manager.
Where is he now?
He's managing a girl named Beth Hart and a few others, and he's in L.A.
Wasn't that a dumb move, though, for him to not continue to manage you?
We couldn't.
Because why? You were lovers that broke up?
It was, it was too much. Yeah. And
you were madly in love with him.
He was with me, but the problem was, honestly, in the end, I really feel like I was born in this planet to do something larger than myself. And it's not just about having any hit song on the radio. It's about communicating on the radio a song that actually makes people feel either elated or have a deeper sense of their self, like what I did with the story and the sound of all of those songs. None of them were disposable. I was very picky, and I arranged them in a certain way, and what I wrote specifically until I got to A Night to Remember. Then that got a little wishy-washy because I was trying to please the record company, but there was no pleasing them because it was still me.
But True Colors, I mean, not True Colors, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I want to go back to this.
Yeah.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun. That was a song originally written
by Robert Hazard.
By a guy.
He wrote Escalator of Life. He had a really interesting sound coming out of Philly. There was Robert Hazard, and there was the A's.
Who brought you that song?
Rick 𝗫𝗏. Because Dave Wolf knew Lenny.
Who's Lenny?
𝗦𝗵cie was the man who started Portrait Records, and he signed me. He had worked for Epic. He signed Boston. He worked with
Is he your savior? Is he the guy who came into your life and figured it all out?
He was the guy, yeah, and he was not like the regular record company guy.
Right.
He was nice. I mean, you thought he was a phony because I kept thinking, this guy, he can't be that nice.
And
but
he was
actually
nice.
was.
So some men in your life are nice.
Well, I have a lot of nice men in my life, and I have a son and a husband. I live in a guy's house.
Right. And so going back in your life now, I'm going to go backwards again.
All right.
All right. You get out of your parents, your stepfather, you get away from him, you leave at 17. You don't know quite what you're going to do, how you're going to make money. And you tried a bunch of different things, including being a stripper.
I wasn't a stripper.
You were a stripper.
No, I wasn't. I worked as a topless dancer.
Isn't that the same thing?
No, because the strippers they stripped. You went on and you danced and you did I was a performer anyway, so I made up a little story and did a show. You
didn't realize guys just want to see your breasts.
Yeah,
they don't care about a performance.
Well, whatever.
Right, you're an artist. So you would get on stage as a young stripper.
As a topless dancer.
As a topless dancer, and you had routines, and you were putting your...
different.
Yes, but you were putting...
Where were you topless dancing?
Well... They didn't let you go, I never got to the good places. I would take a bus up to Nyack, and there'd be another girl dancing.
That's awful.
And sometimes this
You
one time...
were playing the out of town.
And you didn't tell your mother, right? I mean, you just kind of kept that quiet.
At one point I did, and she was a little disappointed.
Right.
Yeah.
Would they pay you a decent amount of money, probably?
Well, you could make $250 a night, and if you sack some of that away, you could buy a PA system, and that's what I was trying to do.
Financing your music career.
Yeah.
Right, and that's pretty damn good money back in that day.
Because my band said, you could always do this. You make a lot of money. And sometimes one of them would come and pick me up from the gig if it was close by.
But you said even the men at the topless, but here you are taking off your top and giving them a show, and even the men were rude to you then. They would yell shit out to you, disparaging comments. They'd tell you smelled.
Yeah, that would drove me crazy.
I mean, that's the worst thing you can say.
Then you go back and you try again with, this and, all these cleansers and,
It's true.
Oh, my God.
The lowest thing you could say to a woman is, oh, you smell. I mean, that's such a rude comment.
Well, when I was growing up, it was a very sexist time. It always is. But, recently I was at a concert, and it was hip-hop and electronic, all kinds. And this African-American young woman, beautiful songwriter, I guess, and singer, and she came up to me, she thanked me for my work, and she said, especially in this time of rape music.
Rape music?
Rape music. And I said, what is that? And then all of a sudden I started to think about it. Now think about it. If you're a girl and you're listening to the hip-hop and they're talking about your pussy's wet and it's all this assaultive talk.
Yes.
It's rape music for her. For me, I shut it down.
Well, it encourages men to think of women as, disposable.
Well, it's the suits, the heads of the company. They won't put out anything else.
Right.
Ask the young rappers. They'll tell you.
Right.
If you write about sex and drugs and violence, and then that's
then you get play.
But I mean, I focus on men in your life because all of your early experiences, you describe in the book. You went hitchhiking. That's how you got. Everyone back in the day used to hitchhike. One guy wouldn't let you out of the car, and you had to blow him to get out of the car.
Oh my God!
I mean, that's got to be the lowest fucking scary situation. I mean.
Listen, I don't
look
know
how unprotected you were.
I'm alive.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I always had a guardian angel.
Where were you hitchhiking that something horrible like this happened?
I just wanted to get to a job interview because I couldn't get there.
All alone? You decide to stick out the thumb and I'm going to get to someplace.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get in a car, you're an attractive woman, and boom, bam, boom, the guy's threatening your life, right?
Well, what are you going to do? So I survived. And then I went on the interview. I didn't do too well.
Did you go to the police about what happened, or you just said, hey?
I hitchhiked, so I guess it was my fault.
Oh, come on. Do you believe that?
At that time, yeah.
But do you still believe that it's your fault?
I don't think you're supposed to hitchhike. I think
but you would still... Wouldn't you turn him in today?
I've hitchhiked in my life.
Did it happen to you?
And you know what? It's always a bit... You know what happened to me? I was hitchhiking in Arizona with a girl I knew. And these local guys picked us up, and they were into guns. They had guns. And they pull over on the side of the road, and they start firing off their guns into the cactus. They shoot up the cactus. And I'm like, oh, my God, what the fuck is going on here? I didn't know from guns.
And you're with this girl.
And I'm with this girl, and I'm like, and nothing inappropriate or weird happened, but I just remember feeling very unsafe. I mean, the situations we put ourselves in as kids, because we didn't know any better, it was a naivete, it was an innocence.
But now you should know, don't hitch.
Well, I think people do know.
And if somebody does something like that to you, you call the cops.
But don't you come out of this all, Cindy, thinking, God, I didn't have a father who protected me. I didn't have a mother who really protected me. She might have been a nice woman.
No,
okay, listen, I'm not saying anything bad, but she really wasn't there.
Herself. No, she
That's
was
what I'm saying.
there.
And you didn't have a strong role model. Your mother didn't stand up.
Well, she tried to put us in a convent. She stood up to him all the time. She got her butt kicked. She put us in a convent for a while to protect us too.
Is your mom still alive?
Yeah, she was in all my videos, Howard.
What do I know?
Well, you should.
But your dad died, your biological father who abandoned you at 5. And you said you feel bad sometimes that you didn't sell out as a recording artist because you would have had a lot more money and you could have afforded at that time to pay for your father's hospital care. Right? You say that in the book.
Well, for all of them. Just to take care of everybody.
Why would you want to take care of this man who left you when you were 5? I think that's beautiful.
Howard.
What? Tell me. Explain it to me.
It's your father.
Your father who left you when you were 5?
He had a divorce. He left the house.
But why couldn't he visit you?
He did visit
He did?
us.
Was he good to you?
Did he pay child support?
Yeah, but I'm saying, did he protect you from...
He didn't know.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because it was never a good time to tell him. And
so he stayed in your life?
Yeah, of course he did. Okay. Yeah, he paid child support.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a lot, but you know, who knows
he helped
back
out?
Then. Yeah.
So you felt bad because if I had more money, I could have taken care of my father.
Well, yeah, my whole family.
I got the sense that you felt unprotected for some reason. When I look at that situation... Well,
you know, you with people who really can't take care, protect themselves. It's an odd way, I think I'm grateful that I was born into a situation that gave me great insight, because now when I sing or if I write about
You have real pain.
No, I have real understanding about what real people go through.
But I mean,
you can't just dismiss people as the 47%.
Yeah.
That's right. I agree with that. And it just seems the whole thing with men, too. I mean, one boyfriend of yours gave you hepatitis. Again, right? Am I right?
They always came with gifts.
Yeah, now why do you laugh at that? I mean, it's one horrible story after another.
No, because I was in the hospital, right? And they thought I had a dog disease because I worked in the pound. They thought that because I cleaned up, when you work in the pound, you clean up the vomit and the poop
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, but it is because the dogs are so loving. And so they thought I had a rare dog disease. And then I heard a nurse talk to another nurse, and she said, well, what does she have? And she said, she's hepatitis. She said, how did she get it? And she said, she had an affair. And I just felt to myself, all of a sudden, it was like an old movie. I had an affair. It was like Betty Davis.
Right. Like you were the Scarlet Letter.
Glamorous.
Like no one had ever had an affair.
Well, I was a kid.
Yeah. I mean, men are horrible. I read this book, I Hate Men.
That.
What, one guy, I think it was the same guy, would tackle you and sit on your chest. And
no, different fella.
A different guy. Another winner. Another winner.
Friend. He would fart on my head. It was not so
my
good.
God.
And he'd say, now can you hear?
Oh, no, that was a boyfriend.
Yeah, a boyfriend.
Yeah, he just, poor thing.
He would say, poor thing. You think he's the poor thing?
Well, you know why? Because I got out and I was able to become who I was meant to become.
Do you ever Facebook these guys? And
no.
Are you friends with them on Facebook? I don't know. Just curiosity to see what they look like?
No.
I don't know. I mean, it's just horrible. The whole story is sad.
I didn't think it was so sad.
Well,
it's not like Cindy Havisham. There's other things in there.
By the way, it's interesting, too, your take on the WWE. I would think that, like, Vince McMahon and his wife would be great friends of yours. But you were disgusted when Vince McMahon's wife ran for office. And you made an excellent point. You said, why would she run for office, a job that essentially is taking care of people, when wrestlers don't even have health insurance?
Well, they're not taken care of very well. But, I mean, listen, it's an entertainment thing, and they hire them as independent contractors. But when you see them, some of them hobbling and still their love for it. They love it so much.
They love the occupation. They love being entertainers. They love wrestling.
And they love wrestling.
Right.
And that's part, for me, is sad.
But you're negative about Vince and his wife, I guess.
Was I negative in the book?
No, but you have made the statement that,
I said, yeah, the whole the senator
running for Senate
thing. Yeah, that's scary. But, listen, I understand the wrestling thing, but when you start to step out and want to run the state, that's frightening.
Well, yeah. So, getting back to this amazing career, time after time, an amazing story. I think that's one of the greatest songs ever, Time After Time. Anne Murray turned that song down.
No. You see, what happens to the facts? You didn't really read the book.
Give me the... Well, I'm sketchy.
What are you doing, Howard? You're just making things up.
No, I'm not. Come on. Cindy, what do I don't know everything.
The facts
I'm a judge on a talent show.
All right.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No,
what are the facts of that?
The facts are, Time After Time was a song that was written for the She's So Unusual album, and True Colors was a song that was pitched to Anne Murray.
Right.
And it was kind of...
So I'm right. Go ahead so far.
You said Time After Time.
Oh, okay. I got the name of the song.
That's
I'm sorry.
pretty intense.
Well, come on. Listen, I'm not living your life. You can correct me.
No, that's a big,
all right, go ahead.
Big part that's different.
Yes.
And True Colors had come, and my friend Gregory had passed away, and they were my very close friends. So at that age, when you have friends, you think you're gonna live forever, I guess, and be old and sipping mint juleps. Not that I like what that tastes like, but the idea of it at the Pink Hotel somewhere,
Right.
And it didn't happen. So we were very sad, and we had the funeral. I was doing the song, and all of a sudden I stripped the song down because it was, it was pitched for Anne Murray, so it sounded like country, western, gospel. So I just was working with Peter Wood at the time. Did you ever know Peter?
No.
Well, anyway, he was a wonderful keyboard player at that time, and he played with Roger Waters, and anyway. Right. So he I said, just make the chords that we use. So he kind of did different voicings, and I stripped it down and just sang with the keyboard. And then when I went back into the studio, Lenny was working with me, and I said, I just want the voice to be like when someone's driving in a car, you hear it in your ear like a whisper, and everything in the song has to call to your soul. So I put a drum sound that was kind of an archaic, like an old, sounded like an ancient drum,
right?
Call to the soul, and then kind of whisper in their ear, and it was a healing song. So I thought that would be the best way to heal people on a medium that does not have that kind of music on it ever.
Right.
And so, Girls Just Want to Have Fun kind of healed people too. And it didn't have that kind of sound on it ever either. So I took a chance. And of course, the promotion guys were like, "Son, where's the music? Come on, you're killing me."
Right.
But it couldn't take a lot of music, because once it did, when the lyric is that honest and deep and sentimental,
you strip it down.
Yeah, you don't put more sentimentality on top of it or over sing it, because then it becomes sticky and cheesy and schmaltzy.
I feel a lot of music today is schmaltzy.
I think that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, that's what they think that's what sells. They kind of undermine the people or underestimate the people.
But maybe it's because the singers aren't as good. Maybe they're afraid to strip down. When you strip down and take away some of that instrumentation and on the effects, suddenly it's all about the voice,
Well, I thought it would be good. It would be an interesting, like, scientific experiment almost, of seeing if you could talk to people's soul. And, it's you listen to the radio all the time. Why not do a healing thing, something bigger than you? So I tried to make a song. I didn't write it, but I heard in the words something that was bigger.
How many records did you sell? Do you know the figure? Do you keep track of that kind of thing? It must be an inordinate amount of records. I mean, huge.
No. You
don't know? You're not curious?
I don't know. I remember when they first came out, it was never good enough. I was never, why aren't you more like Madonna? And I'm not. I didn't want to.
Were you nervous about sales? Did you consider the business side of things?
Oh, my God, yeah, because it had everything to do with our home life. Because if I wasn't successful, that meant my fiancé was not successful, so...
You felt that pressure. You were carrying everyone on your back, so to speak. I mean,
a little,
yeah. That's a lot of pressure to go through.
That's probably a lot of pressure on a relationship.
Where you feel like, gee, is he here for me? Or if I screw this up, is everyone going to abandon me? Don't you think some of that goes on?
I didn't think about the abandonment thing. I just felt about making people unhappy.
Is your favorite song that you do the True Colors?
Oh.
To me, that's my favorite one you do,
Really? I like Sally's Pigeons. I like,
I feel that is your most raw performance.
Oh, it's naked.
Yeah.
It's naked. I like the blues stuff, too, because it was different. I like everything. I don't like to do the same thing over and over, so I don't think about my favorite. It becomes your favorite as you... I have a long career.
Yeah, but when you do a concert, there's certain songs you have to do or the audience will walk away pissed.
Oh, come on. I wouldn't do that to them because you need to celebrate. But whatever the style, like when I had all the old blues guys with me, I did Girls Just Want to Have Fun in a kind of blues funky way because it was fun, really fun.
Right.
And True Colors, I had Charlie Musselwhite play harmonica. And I would sing to that and play a little dulcimer, too.
Do you work on your voice still? Do you take any kind of vocal... Did you ever take vocal lessons? You did?
I still study with Katie.
Why do you do that? Because as you get older, you've got to be very careful of that instrument, right?
Well, you know what? No, not because as you get older. Because as you work more, when you first start, everything's about your voice. So you go to your vocal lessons or you do your voice, or you make sure you're not doing promotion and touring at the same time. Everything is about you're a singer.
But is it fatiguing worrying about your voice all the time? Do you constantly do you keep your voice at a very low tone?
No.
Can you go to a game and scream and yell and not worry your voice is going to get wrecked?
I don't know if I would want to scream and yell. I went back to Katie after a while because I did The Apprentice. I felt like it really messed up my voice. There was everything like environmental stuff that irritated my throat and too much talking.
But don't you think that's a little bit of lead singer disease? They always talk about lead singer disease, LSD, lead singer disease.
What is that?
That the lead singers are neurotic about their voice. Of course they are. They've got to work.
That's all there is.
But I mean, oh my God, when you say to a non-performer, oh, the environment, it's polluting my voice, it's changing my voice, I can't raise, I need a day of vocal rest, I need 2 days of vocal... Everything revolves around that voice.
Isn't it great? But nowadays it's not... It hasn't been like that. I have, unfortunately... all these things like I have to leave for Chicago tomorrow because I've been writing music for the musical Kinky Boots, and so I write with my voice. And
you're writing that with Harvey Fierstein, right?
Harvey Fierstein wrote the book, and I'm writing the music, and Jerry Mitchell is the director. And now we have this amazing cast. It's a
brilliant story. I know about it. Kinky Boots.
I've seen that movie. It's based on a movie.
Kinky Boots is the story of a guy who has a crappy business. He's a shoe business. He's going out of business, and he figures out he's going to make shoes for transvestites so that they can have big, oversized shoes, sexy heels and things. So it's Kinky Boots.
He finds a niche market that's underserved.
Right. And it's fascinating. And so you wrote the music, and that's going to be a play that I guess eventually will make its way to Broadway, right?
It's going to be at the Hirschfield Theater, and I guess the previews are in March. And right now it's previewing in Chicago, and I'm going to go there tomorrow to still adjust the music. And, because we have these performers, like you write the song, but then you get these wonderful people who... it's like a dress. You can't just put on a dress. You got to have it fitted to you. So, Billy Porter is Lola, and Stark Sands is Charlie, and you have this wonderful supporting cast of people. I tell you,
Hey, will you be in? You're in the show.
I'm not in.
You're not at all in it at all.
I'm writing.
You just wrote the music.
Yeah.
Big bucks in this kind of thing, or no?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You act like you don't know, but you know.
Are
you a wealthy woman? Are you a very wealthy woman?
No.
You are not. Why is that? You're a recognized name. You're a big star. You were in movies. You made music. You did it all. How are you not a wealthy woman?
Well, I never got the big deals that a lot of people got.
Who are we talking about? Like a Madonna type deal?
Well, no, you know, like when they were doing those deals where they'd sign a person for multimedia, and I was never, like, no matter what. I think my representation was really bad for a minute, for a while.
But when you had all these when you were top in the charts, don't you go out on tour and then sock it in? Isn't that the plan?
I thought I was, but I wouldn't let them, I wouldn't sell out, and I wouldn't, like, invest in things that I thought was wrecking the rainforest, and I didn't want.
What do you mean you wouldn't sell out? You mean you wouldn't?
Well, like, you know, in the beginning, Howard, you didn't accept any kind of sponsorship from a corporation.
Right.
Because if you did, that was kind of...
It wasn't cool.
Yeah. And right after me, everyone sold out.
Went corporate.
Well, the Stones, I remember, then started taking...
corporate.
They went corporate. Very corporate. Corporations started sponsoring a lot of tours. You're right.
Yeah. And then so I said, okay, well, what about if we go to Kodak and ask Kodak if they'd sponsor the True Colors tour, because the song True Colors and all the color we use...
ties in.
And they said no. And then afterwards, when my tour was over, they went to Billy Steinberg and Tom Kelly and asked them to use the song, and they must have heard me sing it live because they sang it a cappella.
Right.
So they got a little kid to sing it a cappella live for them, for their commercial.
And you didn't get it?
No.
Ay vey.
No, it was like little things like that all the time. And yeah, does my son say, Ma, what happened?
Does your son understand who you are? How old is your son now?
Oh, he understands. He's 15. He's in the reality show with me and David.
When he, you know...
That's kind of...
Is it hard on your ego when the kid starts in with you? Yeah, I mean, you know, come on, you're a big star.
Can I tell you something? You have kids.
Of course.
Yeah.
No.
Do you, when you walk in the house with your kids, you leave that big
turn
star
it off.
shit outside.
That's right. You try to. You hope it doesn't get involved, because then you're a disaster. Kids, your big star is home.
I know. You try and forget. The dog doesn't care, I'll tell you that.
You're really gonna do the reality show thing with your husband? You did it. And
we're still filming a little.
Why open yourself up to that?
I had liked Mark Burnett's people, and I didn't.
After The Apprentice, you liked it?
No, I had signed with him before The Apprentice.
Oh, really?
I had gone.
I'm surprised you did The Apprentice.
Well, because I did it for the True Colors Fund, and it was able to fund the Give a Damn campaign.
Okay.
And I think I helped a lot of people with the Give a Damn campaign with the help of the people that worked with me, but we worked hard to try and help people. But
was it a positive experience doing The Apprentice, or did you hate most of the people?
I didn't hate the people, no. You
don't get along with a lot of people, true? No. Didn't you meet Bruce Springsteen at some point in your career and it went horribly?
I love
But didn't it go terribly? Wasn't the story that you...
I went to a horrible Seder.
You went to a Seder?
It wasn't...
A showbiz Seder?
Yeah, that was bad.
And what happened? Bruce was there?
No, all these people were at this table, and it was so awful. They were the people I could never... I didn't even want to talk. Because what was I going to say?
Wait a
nobody
second.
to talk to.
Back up. You were invited to Walter Yetnikoff's house.
Yeah, no.
Was it not at Walter's?
No,
Where
it
was
at this restaurant where they had all these tables, and everybody was going to, what they call it, mishpucha? What does that mean?
Family.
Yeah, so everybody was going to be mishpucha, and we were all supposed to sit there. It was Easter Sunday, and we're eating stuff... I don't know.
No, why were you uncomfortable?
Were good. The potato
if Bruce Springsteen is there...
He wasn't sitting with me, hon.
All right, but he's in the room.
He comes in. I went up to him and his new wife at the time.
Julianne Phillips.
That wasn't going good.
Right.
And I said, oh, my God. I'm so glad you guys are here. It was really rough. I'm sitting at that table. I couldn't talk to anybody. And the women only talk when they're spoken to. And when they do talk, they only talk. They're so fearful. They only talk about their husbands. There's nothing to say to anybody. There's Pia Isadora and her husband who does the female wrestling and thanks me. And you ever watch his show? All he does is the crotch shots. I was like... I can't even, you can't imagine. And she turned around and looked at me, she said, I know what you mean. And then Bruce looked at me and gave me a dirty look. And I'm thinking in my heart sank and broke in a million pieces, because I remember Rosalita and making beds when I was a housekeeper.
You thought you had a soulmate in Bruce and he would understand you.
And he looked at me like that, and I'm thinking, 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄𝗿𝗍.
𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍.
He's actually...
So in other words...
I had met him a time before, and he was really nice. That's why it was so surprising.
In other words, you felt Bruce, out of all the people in the room, would understand the awkwardness and the tension in the room for you.
He's a rocker.
And yet he looked at you like, how dare you?
Yeah.
He left you out there. He was like, this woman, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah, then I felt like 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I became...
Maybe Bruce thought you were being disrespectful. You should get into the spirit of the thing, try to have some fun, and not turn everything into drama.
There's some really fabulous satyrs, and that wasn't one of them.
Was Bruce wearing a yarmulke?
No.
He was not.
He's in a leather jacket. He was dressed as a rocker.
But he was acting corporate.
He was playing
I don't know. He was strange. But
you will never work with Jessica Simpson again. After you worked with her on the Divas special, you were...
So you watch Bravo, huh?
Well, come on. Why not? What happened there with Jessica Simpson?
No, she's all right. She's, you know, she's
not your type of person.
She's not my type of talent either.
Did you get along with everyone on The Apprentice show?
I tried.
You didn't, did you?
I love Sharon.
When are you going to learn to play with others? You love Sharon Osbourne.
I love her.
Well, she's terrific.
And they didn't even afford her. They'd be talking about our business like we weren't there and we didn't know about our business. We knew more about our business than those guys dreamt about.
Because a lot of times men who run the business don't like to hear...
these were women.
Other women?
I wanted to be friends with this one of them because her hair was so awesome.
Yeah.
And the more I tried...
You don't connect well with some people. And listen, that's life.
No.
I don't connect so well with people either.
High school never stops. When you think outside the box, it ain't just your clothes. Because I tried to fit in.
Did kids make fun of you in high school?
In high school, a little bit, yeah.
Why, you dressed differently? Were you original?
No, I just, at one point, I checked out.
You checked out?
I couldn't take it. I hated it.
When you were doing your topless dancing, why did you choose the name Carrot?
Carrot Top?
Carrot Top.
Because my hair was red.
I see.
And it didn't matter. You just made up any old name.
I wish I could have seen you topless dance. I would have been honored.
Of course. Don't you have a table at Scores?
I don't have a table at Scores, but I'm going to get one very soon. Is it true Annie Leibovitz shot did a nude photo shoot with you? Where is that? Where can I look that up on the internet?
Oh, I got all of them.
You have them all?
But I don't know where
released
they are now.
Is that true? Annie says to you, hey, Cindy.
No, I said, because I wanted to make art, and she was such an artist.
She is.
And I thought, we can make art, you know? Like John and Yoko, you know, I wanted to make art.
Right.
And, you know, that didn't...
What happened? You hated the pictures?
No, I didn't. Yeah, it was kind of dopey. She wasn't at her best. And then we did the True Colors album.
Right.
And that was beautiful.
But the nude thing was an attempt...
That was nude.
And so you said to her, Annie, I want these pictures. You give them to me.
Those. No, the record company, the people at the record company just gave them to me.
They did. Because they owned them.
Yeah.
That was nice. Hey, that's nice.
Yeah, you got those under your control.
Yeah, because who the hell, you can't use them for anything.
I want to see those. I want to see what happened when you try to make art. I have a feeling it was too pornographic.
No, it wasn't.
No? Why didn't you like them? You just didn't like the way your body looked?
Yeah, they weren't, it was okay. It wasn't great.
There was no art.
Well, it was trying, but we didn't make...
They didn't achieve art.
Yeah,
they made an attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bob Dylan, when you met him...
I love Bob Dylan.
I thought you were... I kind of got the vibe maybe you were disappointed because he said to you, you're not one of those bra burners, are you?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, card carrying. But I said, you know, listen, I said, being a woman, I would think I got to be concerned. If I'm not concerned about my civil liberties, who else will be? And he turned around and said, yeah, And I'm thinking, I didn't say anything.
What a conversation.
I didn't. Well, you know why? It was one of, listen, if you think that I got tortured because in your heyday, when you first become famous, everybody's really nice, phony, not phony.
Right.
And then later on, they like to give you the old,
knife in the back.
Knife in the back. And then, everybody goes through it. And maybe they were treating Dylan in those days not like he should have been treated.
But isn't it amazing when you meet some of because you're in the position you're in and you're a great artist.
Meet them.
But isn't
Don't
it
meet
amazing?
your heroes.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Isn't it amazing when you finally meet your heroes? They're just people. And do you ever say to yourself, how could that guy have written those songs? He's not that deep, and he doesn't seem to have simpatico.
No, he is deep. The problem was, when he was growing up, the civil rights movement did not include women. He did not understand that women also needed to be free. And people today still think, well, what's wrong? They got everything. Yeah, you can't get paid the same. There's a glass ceiling. You have to know your place.
But don't you find it amazing that some of the guys who have written some of the greatest love songs and beautiful, insightful lyrics are usually sometimes big assholes, right?
Well, sometimes they were born in the wrong generation.
Is that it? But how can they be so
very forgiving?
How could they be? But Cindy, how could they be so evolved?
They're not.
But how do they come up with those brilliant lyrics if they don't?
Because sometimes the best part of people is in their work. Like Picasso.
Right.
He was a real shit.
He was horrible.
He was a shit?
He was
Picasso?
a shit. He was awful to women.
Was he? How do I know that? I mean, I don't know.
Don't you know history?
God.
Cindy, look at me. Do I look like I know history? I read comic books my entire life.
But Howard,
what
you're
history do I know?
talking to all these people. You gotta know.
People aren't interested in
He
Picasso.
never talked to
They want to hear
Picasso.
dick jokes. You know that.
Okay.
You
What
would
can I
love
tell you?
Picasso.
All right. So buy my book, but there's no jokes like that.
All right. So you love... all right. Let's leave it at
But
that.
you should have read the book.
Cindy, listen, I just got in today. I'm going to get the book.
So
now I'm interested.
I did write a little inscription.
Did you write the book yourself, or did you use a co-writer?
Well, when it says Cyndi Lauper and Jancy Dunn, what do you think?
How involved was Jancy? What was the process?
I didn't want her to. They said, well, you'll have a ghostwriter. I said, the woman's not dead.
She's not a ghost.
So I don't like to take credit for somebody else's work. That ain't my thing.
No, of course
not. So did you talk it and he wrote it?
We did interviews.
Right.
And then when I read it, I realized, oh my God. Some of the stuff some of the stuff she took from stuff I had been writing, and a lot of it was interviews, and then I realized, the one thing you didn't tell her, which you said you were never going to say, you may as well explain why you're the way you are. So I wrote about my childhood a little bit, just to give...
You wrote about it a lot.
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first 2 chapters. Well,
That's right.
I wrote that so that people would understand when they said about girls just want to have fun.
Was there a moment when they were vetting the book that they took something out that you wanted in that they took out?
Well, I think my editor was really sensitive. Amy, she was really sensitive about a lot of things.
You mean, in other words, she felt that you had gone too far?
No.
What? So what did she feel?
No, she was editing stuff, but I said, listen, if you're going to edit stuff, you have to have all this other stuff so that it's not just a tell-all book. You don't want to make a tell-all book.
No. You want to have some insight.
Yeah.
All right, look, let's get to some interesting things here. Cindy's Sally Pigeons and Springsteen's... I see. Oh, what is this? Cindy, Sally Pigeons, and what is this?
I have no idea what that is.
I don't know. Cyndi Lauper's book, A Memoir, is in stores now.
Yes.
That's it? A memoir.
That's a memoir.
Yeah, I didn't want to call it like, a title of a song. I thought that'd be really corny. And
see Cindy, well, don't see her, but the musical Kinky Boots will be something that she wrote, the music.
Yeah.
Previewing.
I had partners with that, too, with the music.
Harvey Firestein?
No, he didn't write the music.
He
I had
wrote the
partners
book.
in the music.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but he's also your partner in the play. I mean,
yes,
he wrote the play.
Is. He's the one that I did it because of him.
Right. And usually when he's involved, the thing's a hit, right?
Well, he's a wonderful storyteller.
The show is called Kinky Boots. For tickets, you go to kinkybootsthemusical.com.
Right.
And look for Cindy's reality show, Still So Unusual.
Yeah, I made him change it to Still So Unusual because I figured beat him to the punch.
You are unusual. You are. You're quirky.
A little
but
quirky.
That's what makes you interesting and creative.
The reality show, did they come up with shtick for you to do, or do you none of that?
I have a busy life, Howard, so I just tell them, come with me.
And you don't turn off the cameras when things get intense? If you have an argument with your husband, David, or you have a...
David is the easiest.
You never argue with him?
Oh, I do, but
will
it's
the
not
arguments be
about...
on the show?
I don't know. There's no arguments.
Cindy, we want the real thing.
Oh, you do have the real thing.
That's right.
So.
Look for Cindy's reality show, Still So Unusual, on We TV.
We, women's entertainment.
Everything women.
Not really.
No?
No, that show, the show has a lot of, like, David and Deck just appeared a little bit, and then the network went crazy and said, "Oh my God," you know.
Well, we see great things, like weird things, like where you're hitting your kid with a hanger or something like that. Is there anything? Will we see that?
Well, I did the Kentucky Derby, and unfortunately, I dropped the F-bomb, which you could see on YouTube. Well, you know, they didn't tell me it was a live mic.
Oh my God!
And they kept doing. You know how these parades are.
Shame on you.
Yeah, and my son then, the F-bomb.
Oh,
my son turned around and said, "Mom, Dad always says, if you don't curse when it's not important, you won't curse when it is important not to."
Your husband's a great guy. I know him. I like him very much.
He said to say hello.
Please say hello to him for me.